go, you maniac!
What's that?
Awesome sauce! Ah, fuck me! Okay, and on top of things, all right, I am gonna get out of the room for a minute. I'm gonna bring in Autumn and JR to take over for me for 5 minutes. And then we'll take it from there.
Hello.
Hey.
Hello. Welcome to Awesome Sauce Radio. It is autumnsouth and the manager. Also known as JR, Junior J, or the Notorious Street Daddy, whichever you prefer.
You do not want to know how I got that name. I don't understand why she keeps calling me that. But
Hey.
So, Autumn, how are you doing this week?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Fatter and uglier than ever. What can I say?
So Adam had a technical malfunction.
Yeah, I think his Jimmy got stuck in his demi and he has to shimmy out.
He got it stuck in the fly.
Yeah. So
Oh, okay.
we
Yeah.
gotta figure that one out.
I understand. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, technical difficulties. You know they happen on live shows. You can't.
Are we supposed to wait for him until we introduce our guest? I mean,
Yeah, I guess he said to go ahead and take over for him. So we're gonna sit here and take over, and that's a bad idea for us to take over. Though. So many debaucherous things can happen while we're here.
Listen.
Just saying.
Listen. Okay. So this is the week of the first. Everybody like happy America week.
Yeah, happy.
We're doing good, Jason.
Yeah,
We're doing great. Yeah, happy.
belated 4th of July to everyone.
I don't know
Happy
how
America Day. Happy Donald Trump Day.
How is this gonna work? We honestly keep jinxing each other with everything that we say.
Oh, were you seriously just gonna say exactly what I just said?
Yeah. So
That's because we do it bigly every time.
we do bigly every time. There is nothing to celebrate this America's Day because we're just regressing a bunch of years.
We're definitely regressing. Not to bring up bad things, but our thoughts and prayers. I know everybody says that and they hate it, but out to the people of Chicago, there was a shooting in Chicago, and they had an incident at a
Wasn't it a 4th of
parade.
July parade or something like
Yeah.
that got shot up? I think 6 people were injured or
so
have been
hope
alive.
everybody who was affected in that recovers well, and quick recovery, safe return home. Like, that sucks. I can't even imagine. Don't want to imagine. Like, it's just
No. Do you have any word about what's going on?
Did we see the fireworks on the 4th of July? We had our own fireworks show, actually.
We did.
I
We
went-
have a lot, Jason.
I went and bought some illegal fireworks from a little place called West Virginia.
It really
So
wasn't
yeah,
that bad.
we got to see our fireworks, our neighbors' fireworks, everybody's fireworks around us, but our city puts off fireworks. We couldn't see a damn thing. Like,
The trees got too tall.
it was weird. I guess they don't shoot them as high as they used to.
They actually changed the location over a period of time, and it
Yeah.
puts it in a different spot, and it kind of just fucked everything up, honestly. But what is everybody else doing out there, Jason? How has your week been? I see you in the chat.
Is JB here? JB's usually here by now, and I haven't seen him yet.
I was getting ready to share our podcast to my socials, and I was told that I need to take over.
Yeah, so also some cool stuff happened just recently. We had a big fan and friend of the show, JV Wheels, here in Cumberland with us. Autumn may or may not have shot some stuff out of a place and hit JV in the chest with it. You'll just have to stay tuned to figure out what the hell I'm talking about, because it's pretty sweet. That's going to be in our upcoming film, Jackass Triple X. Hopefully you guys will, pick that up when it comes out. It'll be for sale on our website and on mini-vids. It's going to be freaking awesome. We have a lot of things going on coming up, so
Stay tuned. Stay tuned in the world of Autumnsouth and the Manager. We're here just living bigly in between the mountains, in the crevice. We're here living in the crevice, bitch. Living right in the crevice. It is all.
So sorry for boring this segment right here, because honestly, we weren't expecting.
We've never done this before.
Yeah, this is our first time being here by ourselves. We didn't know what to do.
We want you to shit by each other.
So we just do what we normally do.
Yeah, man behind the chair. Where are you at? What are you doing?
Man
behind
the
question.
Yeah,
Did you guys give any thoughts to recreating the infamous Jackass, I think 3 scene where Steve-O shot fireworks out of his backside?
There may or may not be that scene already shot.
Guess who was
Just
the
saying.
main star? Come on now, you know better than that. We have to do it big.
We do have a couple scenes that involve fireworks and.
Awesome.
Listen, at least I
Hello?
do. Yes.
Was that Adam's butthole?
Yes, it may have been my butthole.
Oh, there he is. Hey man, what's going on?
I reacted on my
Welcome to
phone.
Awesome Sauce Radio. How you been?
I'm doing good.
You haven't checked the mailbox? What'd you do?
What's that?
What'd you do to your computer?
Well, first of all, he's on an HP, probably, because that's what it looked like.
No, I'm actually in the process of rebooting my computer. I'm on my phone at the moment.
His computer screwed up and he's on his phone right now.
Did you get the blue screen of death?
No.
Yeah, he probably just has to update.
He's sitting there like, damn it, these freaking updates. Why?
No.
Why?
No.
Adam, you have a really nice cheek.
We do this. And do that there.
That's a nice nose as well. I like that nose.
Is that freaking better?
There we go. There is Adam.
Yay, it worked.
Honestly, dude, that looks better than the computer one.
That's interesting.
Yeah, throw a little light on there. There you go. Down.
Boom shakalaka.
Hey, Doug, our guest is having technical difficulties, and
Guess which cheek Adam is showing and win a prize. Ooh, which cheek?
Oh, yes.
Is it a
We
back
need to
cheek
guess.
or a front
We
cheek? A
need to
face
guess
cheek
which.
or a hind cheek?
interesting.
I don't know. Does he have hair on all his cheeks?
You never know. He
How
could
do
have
we?
hair.
Does he
How
have
do we-
hair?
For me to know and you to find out.
Does he have TP for his bumhole?
I need TV for my.
Sluts.
Are you going to sell
Did
your
you say
t-shirts? Autumn at Exotica Jersey. Love to buy one. We will have t-shirts available at Exotica along with hats, stickers,
I got you, Jason.
buttons, everything. We're going to have a
All right,
whole bunch of
Jason.
stuff for sale there. We're gonna.
I mean, I have a
t-shirt
few of
for-
these left.
Yeah, if you want one of the OG ones, we still have a couple of them left.
I don't know if I'm going to make any new ones. Listen, I had a wonderful, wonderful fan draw some art of me today. I'm getting that put on a t-shirt. Love that. I love when people make fan art of me. Like, I think it was the first time somebody actually reached out to me and was like, can I draw fan art of you? I'm like, yes, you may. Any art?
Who did that art?
His name is G. Cole. He's on my Twitter. It's freaking awesome. Hold on.
It's sweet.
we're gonna show everybody in the chat because why not? And it's where people look at me like I'm crazy, but it's okay.
She is.
Oh, look at this! Look at this fine work. The fact that it looks. Damn it. Okay. Wait.
I love it because
Hey,
it reminds me.
working.
It reminds me of like 1990s like cartoons.
Yeah. It
Like,
gives me
that's
like
why I
a.
love it.
I want to put on a t-shirt.
We're
Just-
definitely gonna put it on a t-shirt.
I'm fucking wear it. I mean, even if I'm just making one for myself. Like, I'm definitely making one for myself from work, and I'll be like, who's that on your shirt? That's me. That's me. Yes, bitch.
I'm trying to come up with a concept for a t-shirt for Adam for Exotica that goes along the lines of like, I need to feel your titties to talk to you because that's my braille.
Only reads titty braille.
There you go.
I want everybody to wear Autumn South shirt.
What's going on with my hairline? Is it receding that bad?
Yes.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just kidding. Yes, we want Autumn South t-shirts. That shirt looks really cool. Thank you,
Okay,
Jason.
so-
I will have those, Jason, available at my booth. What I have left, because I do have some from last year. Not really sure if I'm going to make any new ones, but if I do, Jason, they'll be on my website.
Well,
Exactly. I was about to say the same thing, Jason. I like Adam's hoodie. It looks like it's like super
It
comfortable.
is the dad hoodie.
How comfortable on that on a scale of 1 to 10 in comfort?
No, wait. You didn't ask the
10 and
question
comfort.
right. How comfortable on a scale from 1 to Project Pegasus is that?
I'm gonna say Project Pegasus comfort level is not gonna be 10 at all. I'm gonna say it's gonna be 1 on the comfort.
How do you know? Adam made life with Pegasus.
Oh wait, Adam, I didn't even know you have a tattoo.
Yeah. Daredevil.
Oh sweet, I didn't know you had it.
You need to be a part of Riot Girls.
No, listen.
A few weeks
If
ago.
I need somebody to get their butthole tattooed with me, are you down?
I'm not getting my asshole tattooed.
Why not? You don't want to get your asshole tattooed with me?
I
For
don't.
Jackass Triplex, I know that you do.
All right,
I'll
we're
even like you. If you spread the cheeks, I'll draw something on there. I'll hand draw it, and you'd be like, "I have a hand drawn tattoo by Autumn South on my anus."
I don't know, man.
I know I'm not getting my butthole tattoo.
Listen,
I don't have anything inside my asshole yet. Now you want me to put things outside of it?
Anything that involves the ass and needles, I'm
I
staying away
mean,
from.
this sounds a lot more in depth than Project Pegasus.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but
See, and then you might have to postpone Project Pegasus while it heals.
well, guess what? Not a lot of things go in my asshole, so I'm gonna say that I will 100% get a butthole tattoo.
I mean, it sounds like a good idea.
But what up?
What happens though when you like?
Like, do I want like Sonic on my butt cheek and he's like going like this, and then my anus hole is a ring? Because that would be gold.
What are you thinking of getting on?
What?
That sounds amazing.
I mean, it does sound amazing. I definitely want a butt cheek tattoo. Like, I want the whole, like, what can you get to the hole to be besides like a belly button? Tattoo suggestion time.
Suggestion.
Yes.
Oh,
Monkey lips.
Man.
Listen, I had a fan once that told me that he was gonna actually, he was gonna pay for me to get a tattoo, but I was gonna let him pick what it was. Like, there's,
Oh, what are you thinking of getting on your ass?
I don't know, I'd get whatever on my ass. I don't care. That's the thing. It doesn't matter when it comes to tattoos, or it doesn't have to be so complicated. So honestly, if somebody was going to pay for me to get said tattoo, I would let them pick it out. Obviously within reason. Like, I'm not going to get a big fucking ejaculating penis on the side of my face or anything. But I would, like, if they wanted me to, like, get their name tattooed on them or, like, something weird, go for it. You're going to pay for it? I'll put it on my body forever. I don't give a fuck because it would be funny.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see, my computer's up and running. You want me to hop on for the PC, or should I just stay on the phone?
Well, it's harder to hear you on the phone. So if you want to go back on the PC, you can.
All right, beautiful. I'm going to do it now.
Okay.
App switcher.
Here you are.
Gmail. Activate. Close Gmail. Closing Gmail messages.
And we are back.
And we're back.
It goes back.
You kind of put us on the spot there, and I was like, oh no, what do we do? Oh.
Sorry about that.
It's okay.
Everyone, sorry about all the technical difficulties.
Did our guest get in?
All right.
Notification from Google Chrome, Facebook, Rick Parker, I'm really confused. www.
I think we're gonna have to. We're going to have to.
Notification from Google Chrome, Instagram,
Once again, sorry. Notifications came in for a minute because our guest is confused on how to get into StreamYard. So I think we're just going to reschedule Rick Parker for a future date. I do apologize about that.
It's all good.
Okay, it is okay. There is not a problem with that. We are always going to be around forever and always.
Yeah,
Awesome
always.
Sauce.
Open Messenger.
Oh, Adam, we can just get Awesome Sauce radio tattoos. Why don't we do
On your
that?
butt cheek.
Yeah. We just get the word Awesome Sauce tattooed on our cheek.
That I could go for.
Or a tramp stamp.
Oh, or a tramp stamp. That would be cool.
What's a tramp stamp?
Like on the lower part of your back, right above your ass crack. That's what it is, a tramp stamp. That's the location in which they call a tramp stamp. So whenever a woman has a tattoo there, they call her. But I'm all for like any spot you want, butt cheek, forehead, whatever you want. You want the word awesome sauce. Like, oh, we can't put the word awesome sauce on the inside of our lip.
Period. So sorry
Like,
for the
you could do-
inconvenience.
Yeah, you could. You could definitely do.
It would
To
go-
quote Vince Vaughn, tramp stamp might as well be a bull. Yes.
Oh my goodness.
100%.
Back to strudel.
I mean, you won't lose.
All right. Once again, I apologize
over
for
here.
the technical difficulties, all the confusion. Now we're ready to kick ass and take names, and pimp whores and gain fame, because it's what we do at Awesome Sauce Radio. How's your week been, guys?
Pretty good for me
Still,
anyways.
my yard is still completely fucked
Yeah,
up on
our
the 4th of
yard's
July,
definitely
and
fucked.
I have not went outside to clean it because Honey Badger did not give a fuck. I was too tired yesterday to do a damn thing.
Yeah, honey badger don't give a fuck, and raccoons are coming in for the feast.
I hear that.
Yeah, the manager said that he saw the raccoon inside maybe a small child outside last night, and it was trying to climb up the
one trying to
climb into like up the wall into the window, which those bastards are creepy.
They are very creepy. I don't know where they
Nice.
get their superhuman weird shit from, but
Hey, I want to get you guys' opinion on a comic book cover. Hey, Nam, bring up the Tales of the Crypt number 8 cover, please.
I freaking love it.
Yeah, this came out in 2008. This is from Paper Cuts, their remake of the Tales of the Crypt.
Nice.
And such an amazing. I really like this.
I love the old witch.
Yeah, I just like everything
And
about
the
it. It's free. I just love that she has a hockey stick, and that's what does it for me.
Mm-hmm. Is that supposed to be Sarah Palin?
Yeah, it's Sarah Palin swinging the hockey stick.
Okay, that's why I wanted to verify that. I was just making sure that I was seeing
I
it.
never moved every month.
Listen, I've had trouble seeing recently, and I have to go.
Yeah, she's really eye doctor. She's going blind, like Blind Adam.
It
Actually,
keeps
here's a
getting
funny.
worse and worse.
Here's the thing. Blind Adam is blind. Autumn
Yep.
South is legally blind without her contacts.
Okay.
So we have 2 blind people here.
Yeah. Black
like,
power.
Yeah,
Yeah, if she doesn't have her contacts in, all she can see is blobs and stuff.
I can't see.
We'll get her a spare cane. It'd be awesome. We
There
can
you
make
go.
some content with that.
Could you imagine blind porn star?
The blind.
Hell yeah.
I mean,
You wouldn't know what direction it's coming from.
There is a girl within the blind community. I'm not gonna give out her name, but my offer for you to be in that porn scene still stands.
If you're watching.
Yeah, if you're watching.
The offer shall stand.
yeah, I wish I had enough balls to get like LASIK and have somebody cut in my eyes so that I could see.
My grandma did that. and she
Laser
said-
show I actually had to have some black. I had to have some glaucoma removed a few years back. That laser surgery hurts.
You had glaucoma. Did you get to smoke some good weed?
Yes.
There you go.
So wait, like it's so painful. The only thing that they can give you is weed to fix it.
Well, that was beforehand. Just so that the eye pressure would stay normal for a while, but
High pressure. Wait, what do you mean?
well, with glaucoma, it's a building up of the eye pressure.
So it feels like your eye's about to pop out?
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes.
Oh my god, that is horrific. I didn't know that. That's new information that I'm just now learning.
Yeah. My grandma.
Why? What makes that happen?
I have
Just
no
like
clue.
just like your eye. That's just a thing that your eye does.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
Hey, Nam, can you pop up the Clerks 3 poster? I just want to
yes,
give
I
a
just
shout
saw
out.
that. I just saw it on Facebook. Clerks 3. Yes.
Yeah. Want to give a shout out to my mentor, one of the greatest inspirations in the whole wide world, Kevin Smith. Clerks 3, the trailer dropped today. And, without Kevin Smith movies, there would be no Blind Adam. There would be no Awesome Sauce Radio. And I cannot wait for September. I believe the tour starts in Red Bank on the 3rd. I know it hits New York City on the 9th. I know tour dates go on sale on this Friday, I think, to the public through Ticketmaster. And I know the Fathom event is only going to be 2 screens through Fathom on September 13th and the 15th. Get your tickets. I wish I could show the trailer, but I'm not going to take the risk on getting a copyright strike at the moment. I can't wait. I think I might have to kidnap you guys, depending on when you come in for Exotica, and we should do a live podcast from a shared universe, which is Kevin Smith's podcast studio in Red Bank, New Jersey.
That sounds good to me.
That sounds fabulous. Let's do it. And the comic book.
Are you tweeting about the show right now?
Yes, that's exactly what I was doing. Sorry,
Nice.
I said, come watch us right now on Awesome Sauce Radio.
Yeah! Hey, Nam, can you bring up the Impulse cover, please? Speaking of Jay and Silent Bob, I want to show what their first appearance in comic books is. Or an early appearance.
Freaking cool.
This is Impulse 27. Very cheap book. You can find it for $1, maybe $2, something like that. I think Clerks 3 is going to get a lot of buzz. Jay and Silent Bob. And they're icons, yo. Smooch to the motherfucking nooch.
Dude, I should dress up like Jay and then you dress up like Silent Bob.
Well, I got to wait.
Halloween costume. That's a fabulous costume. Because
Yeah.
I could dress up like Jay, no problem. And you're already Silent Bob.
Yeah, so that's my my Braille bit, hidden gem, bargain mint comic to be hunting for if you want to make a flip for some money.
Oh god, I got cats doing weird things behind me.
You got what?
I got cats doing weird things behind me. I don't know what's going on here.
Meow 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 meow.
Basically.
Exactly. They're doing crazy ass type shit.
Yeah, these.
He's pissed.
Like, Mommy, Daddy, we need tender riddles, yo.
No, I think their food bowl is empty, so they're constantly just like peeking around the corner, looking at me, staring at me like, "Bitch, are
It's
you
like,
about
what the
to fill this
heck?
back up yet? Like, we're waiting. How are you doing?"
Yeah, so you guys binged anything recently? You catch any Stranger Things season 4 yet?
No, we haven't started watching that yet.
I'm honestly, I think I've made it halfway. Maybe watched the first couple episodes of like season 3. I was just watching it alongside of my daughter, and she was like explaining to me what was going on as we were watching it. And then I kind of got hooked, and I'm like, dude, I don't want to watch anymore unless the manager's watching it with me. So, and then I was like, I'm not going to start anything because it's too good, and I need him to have him here with me because I'm going to binge watch it. And if we don't binge watch it together, I'm never going to get to watch it. It's usually how it works. So, unless I have to like coax him into wanting to watch these shows with me in order to get him, I'm like, it's so good. You don't believe me yet, but once you sit down and watch it, he's like, oh. And then we just binge watch it, like watch the whole series in like a day.
Yeah.
And then
That's usually exactly how it goes. And then
Yeah. I binged all season 4 on Saturday.
exactly.
Wasn't really feeling all that great. I was hungover in the morning. I was like, I'm gonna watch Stranger Things, and the next thing you know, it was like 4:00 in the afternoon.
Exactly. And then all of a sudden you've like watched all of it, and exactly.
And like I said, I've had a weird week in the house.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've been babysitting / taking care of my kid brother who I just been putting water and food by his door.
yeah, how's that going, by the way?
Did you say he was like nearly my age?
Yeah, he's like 30, maybe a little older than you. Maybe he's like 38-ish.
He's your age.
Yeah.
And like I said, he unfortunately got positive for COVID, so he's been just quarantined in his little basement apartment all week.
Oh, what does he do?
He's actually a pharmacy tech.
Oh, okay.
Probably how he got COVID.
Well, yeah, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
because his boss got it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know all about that. It's a very stressful job. Kudos to him for doing that job because it is actually stressful as hell to be one of them because I was a pharmacy technician myself and it's not very fun.
Amazon, stop.
So, question: do we think that I should dye all of my hair?
Amazon, stop.
That is a very good question.
People out there in the chat, is there anybody out there? I don't know if there is. If there is, let me know because I'm undecided. I can't decide. And I have a tattoo appointment on the 21st. Okay,
So everyone, and I don't know if Nem knows how to make a poll or not, but what should Autumn get as a tattoo? And also, by votes of yes or no in the chat, should Blind Adam get Awesome Sauce tattooed on his ass crack?
I mean, that is when
on his cheek. Excuse me, not the crack.
On his cheek, or like awesome on one cheek, and then the crack splits it, and then sauce on the other cheek.
That would be amazing.
Or we can get awesome sauce and like make it look like it's like sauce, like drippy, and put it right on our butt cheeks.
Interesting.
So like have the sauce like
make the sauce look like, you know how whenever they do the font and it like looks like it's dripping, like the dripping type style font, do that, but make it say awesome sauce. So it's like sauce.
Yeah.
I was gonna say sauce would be some other type of sauce, like man sauce, but I don't know. That might be doing a lot.
Yeah.
I would get awesome sauce tattooed on wherever. We do have a skit in Jackass Triple X of somebody getting a bad dragon tattoo on their ass cheek.
Now, is that going to be permanent or temporary, that tattoo?
What, the bad dragon logo?
Yeah.
Permanent. It's a tattoo, sir.
All right.
But if I'm the only one gonna be getting the tattoos, I'm gonna be like, my asshole's gonna have a tattoo on it, my butt cheek. It's okay though. I'm down for having whatever tattooed on me.
So you're gonna get the logo? Which?
No, I want somebody else. I want somebody else to do it.
I'm bailing y'all. I'm going to turn y'all over into the capable hands of Lucas. Have a good one.
All right, now.
All right. Nam, thank you very much, brother.
No problem.
All right. Have a great week.
Chillin'.
Everyone on Twitter, Nemesis FC2.
So, yeah, if I can get somebody else to get the Bad Dragon logo tattooed on their ass, that's fine.
I guess that might.
But Awesome Sauce, we can do that together. Like, if you
Yeah.
want to do that sometime, anytime, you just let me know. We'll make it happen.
All right, cool.
I'll get
We can put that as a deleted scene on the DVD for Jackass Triple X.
Exactly.
Yeah.
How come they don't have ultraviolet tattoos yet? You know what I mean?
They
So
do. Well, they have a
Chillin'.
Like
Happy
white-
Wednesday, sir.
They have black light tattoos.
yeah. There's the ones that like if you do the white ink and stuff under the ultraviolet, it like super pops.
well, I mean, like ones that you can only see unless you're under the ultraviolet.
Yeah, I think there is because I had
They just came out with this stuff, the zombie ink
yeah.
stuff. That one is one of them. Like, that came out a couple years ago, and it's like this white.
Yeah, because one of my girlfriends, she got a frog tattoo on her foot, and you couldn't see it. I think you could only see like a certain orange color, but other than that, all the rest of it was like invisible. And then whenever she clicked the black light on, you could see it perfectly. I don't
That's
know
cool.
whatever type of ink that they use for that.
Awesome
That'd be
sauce.
cool.
That's why people get the white ones done like on their face. They get the white ink tattoos or ultraviolet.
That's what
tattoos.
you should do.
Yeah, and then whenever you're like, you turn the light on and your fucking face looks like a cyborg or something. How cool would that be?
Yeah,
That would
because,
be
like,
totally badass.
Even with the light we have over here, like if I turned it over to like a blue or like black.
yeah, you could have like some like make it like kind of like cyborg look like pieces of metal or something like on your face. And then whenever the black light comes on, have it like
Chitlin's in an ice cream shop right now.
no, Chitlin's in a pantry. It looks like Chitlin's was in a pantry.
It's the local bodega, man. I mean,
Oh, he's in the bodega. Oh, okay.
Ah, you did it, huh?
I was like,
What we were
wait,
talking
all
about
this
in
old
the chat?
He's
just
in
keep it real, son. Just keep it real. You know what I mean?
He's in the bodega.
Nice.
How much?
Now I'm gonna be craving ice cream for the rest of the night.
I love it.
I was y'all's fourth, man.
It was good. It was good. Had some people come over, family, and we shot off some fireworks, and yeah, it was a good time. Autumn didn't get shot in the face with any fireworks this year, so that was great.
No, there was no technical firework malfunctions.
You burnt your finger. That's about it.
Yeah, I burnt my thumb lighting the Roman
So,
candles.
I have a story for you. One year we got these cheap ass little, those fountains that you get at like Walmart or like your local like grocery store that they sell in packs, and they're like the TNT fireworks, like the little real crappy ones.
Mm-hmm.
Well, one year we bought a pack of those, and she was lighting one off, and as soon as the wick went down, the entire side of it blew out and shot and hit her right in the face.
What?
Yeah.
Holy
I was like, oh my
shit.
god, I'm gonna go blind. It's like for real. Because
Damn.
it like puffed up my eyeball to the point. I think like the corner of it was like puffed to like my eye was closed because it fucking
It
slipped
smashed
out. Like,
her.
it caught my face on fire, basically. I was
Yeah,
awful.
it was crazy.
Man, I'll never forget my brother-in-law. And once again, my brother-in-law loved this guy to freaking death. I'm not gonna say what his name is, right? But he had just fucking had the hit of his life. And I'm talking about like this fine ass woman. He finally brought this fine ass woman over to meet the family, right? And this is after he had some heartbreaks and trepidation. So it was like a win for him, and he was winning. He had this fine ass woman over. I think it was for like Christmas, the day after Christmas, or it was like the day before, like or like a couple days before New Year's Eve. So we were out there and Mexico shooting off fireworks, right? And I guess he wanted to show off for some reason, and he wanted to light one of the fireworks, but he was drinking, right?
Oh God.
And I now have a strict rule: if you're drinking, you know, you can't be freaking lighting off fireworks. Right? You got to have that one sober dude because we can't have you drunk stumbling away from the fireworks. But he decided he was going to do it. So I think what happened was we had uh we had already lit some, and then I was saving them for some later. And then he says, "Hey, Lucas, look at this!" And I turn around and I see it. I see him lighting it. And I'm like, "Oh shit, hold on, partner." And when I'm walking up to him, and then he lights it, and then I'm like, "Oh shit, it's already lit." So I started walking away, right? And then you know how sometimes fireworks they just go to the thing and then they just stop.
Mm-hmm.
This one did that, and he thought that it had messed up. So tell me why this for? And this once again, this one of those big tubes, right? So he
Mm-hmm.
he looks down the barrel of this fucking big ass fucking firework, like just right, and it was funny. It was even funnier because when he fucking picked up his head, he had his hood on, right? So you just see like fucking fire like in amongst his hair and face and shit. It was like, oh, que bonito, like, bro, but it was still fucked up. It was like, hey man, what the fuck? So the rest of the family fucking drug him into the fucking bathroom and shit, right? And he's no, déjame, leave me alone, right? So you know, and they put the fire out and everything, and then he comes back and his bangs, he had bangs and shit. Those motherfuckers were gone. Eyebrows, total eyebrows,
Crispies.
gone. No eyebrows and shit, man. So he had to spend the rest of that Christmas, New Year's vacation with no fucking eyebrows. That shit was fucking hilarious.
There's no
And you know, and you and you know, and Mexican families, they don't just like stay in the house. Oh, I want to stay in the house. No, you got to go around to everybody's house. So imagine you got to go around to not only your families, but you got to go to your new girlfriend's family's house with a fucked up haircut and no eyebrows.
Damn.
She must have been drawing those bitches on for him though.
I don't know what he did, man, but like, goddamn, that was just like bad.
That
luck,
just seems horrible in every way, shape, or form.
I don't know. Some people can rock the eyebrow, like no eyebrow look, and you wouldn't even know that they didn't have any eyebrows.
Yeah, I mean, as long as you got like a small forehead, you
I
can
don't know.
maybe get away with it.
Right now, like if you didn't have any eyebrows, I wouldn't know any different. Just the way that your face is lit. But I mean, I guess probably in person I would know. But I'm saying it doesn't, because your eyebrows are light from what it looks like. So, and your face doesn't look any different. Like I don't think it would make a big difference.
Yeah, my eyebrows do a weird thing where they're like weirdly cut perfectly. I don't know what it is because when I used to go clubbing, women would tell me like, "Who the fuck does your eyebrows?" I was like, "My eyebrows." I didn't know.
My eyebrows do eyebrows.
It's like,
I
hey,
don't
these
know
bitches
about-
are natural. Like, the fuck, man.
Yeah,
And
his-
you say,
I
okay,
remember
you say,
that.
okay, but your eye, but apparently I used when I was younger, when I was like in my 20s, I used to have like long ass eyelashes and shit.
Mhm.
And shit. For some, they were just naturally fucking long and shit.
Yeah,
And it was
eyelashes
like,
that you don't deserve 100%.
yeah,
You're a man.
but like, hey, like, I don't know, man. It's just weird, man. But all I know is that senoritas, women, measure out your forehead, right? Because if you have a unusually long forehead, don't be cutting off your fucking eyebrows because that is a long space in between your hairline and the
Forehead,
freaking
you're
top of your
gonna
eye.
This is how you measure. You put these here, and then
Yeah, is it like the three, like Like three
Like,
is
I
like
can fit
good.
5 on this
4,
bitch.
5. Okay, well then, yeah, don't do that. Don't
Like-
be fucking with the. Don't be fucking cutting that shit and trying to draw it on and shit with the fucking crayon.
Some
Or
people-
what's the new TikTok trick? You do like one of these, and then you fucking move the head and shit.
Oh
My
yeah,
girl was
yeah,
doing
yeah. A lot of people like mine now. Whenever I went to get mine done, because I have piercings on both sides, she went to do it, and I was like, she plucked them weird, and I was like, no, I don't want any hair like right before. She was like, so you want me to like trim it? I was like, yeah, I want it to stop right here where the piercing starts, and it's just like straight down and over, because I didn't want it to have like there's no tail on the end of it. It's just supposed to be like the piercings, the end of my eyebrow.
Whatever
That way,
you
if
do.
I want to draw something crazy over here with makeup or something, then I can. I have that option.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of people, a lot of women that they want to do that, but they leave the front part, so it's a brow that is like maybe a half an inch in, and then they just shave off the rest of it because they're going to. So, like, say that was like my eyebrow would be like here, like that's all I would have is just a little nub, and then they just draw on the rest of it. But 90% of the other time, you're walking around with like a little nub of hair there, which is weird. Just shave the fucking whole thing off.
Right. But here's another suggestion for y'all ladies. Think back to when you were in like first or second grade and think about like how good were you in art? Because if you were shitty in art, don't be trying to be out there fucking painting your fucking eyebrows and shit on. All right. Like, look, you weren't good back then. You're not gonna be good. It's a fucking skill, man. Freaking, there's some ladies that were out there fucking up the macaroni art. They fucking think they can fucking just draw.
True. It takes a lot of work. That's why I don't even fuck with my
I
eyebrows.
don't macaroni art's difficult, man. It's skill, that macaroni art. Gotta have the right glitter and all that shit.
Yeah.
I can't do any art, so
Oh, you're the shit.
I'm horrible at everything.
I just paint. Like these 2 things back here, I made those. Those I painted. Right there.
I'm just a master debater.
He is a master debater.
He says
I ain't no artist. I'm just a master debater.
Hey, but there's plenty of dudes out there that were drawing those graffiti asses that swore to God that they were going to be freaking artists when they grew up, man.
Artists. Yeah.
I'm an artist.
Your art is worth more whenever you're dead, anyways. 90% of the time. That's usually how it works. It costs more, at least. Like, and then sometimes I wonder because you can have pieces of work that are worth millions, and it's like a square in a line painted on a piece of canvas, and they put it in a frame and they hang it on the wall, and they say, "This is called, alternate universe."
Drizzy Dribble.
Yeah.
And we're gonna sell it for $2.5 million. I'm like, bitch, you square in a
Well,
line.
there was that couple that got caught. I think it was this month that they started bringing it up that they had all of a sudden came out with like this hidden trove of Basquiat art, right? And it was shit that people had never heard of before. And it was like, well, then people were asking stories like, okay, where did you get this shit from? Like, hey, and he was like, oh no, this famous poet over here, he sold it to us. So Basquiat sold it to this famous poet, and then that poet sold it to us. And they was like, well, he's got this catalog of shit. Where did you get it from? So, they got the insurance investigators involved and everything. And it's like, these motherfuckers are out here not only making fake paintings, but they were making fake poems from this very famous artist as well.
I believe that. Yes, I've seen Raynor and Pablo, but that's what I'm saying. That's why I think like the Mona Lisa and stuff. They have people that actually do that shit for a profession at this point that will perfect a fake to the point of where like the Mona Lisa is probably not the real one. It's probably fake and hanging. Yeah, the real one.
Answer.
Yeah. That is a thing. Like the one that they have hanging in the Louvre, that's not the real one. The real one.
Yeah, they put that one like away. It's the same like once the Declaration of Independence gets so old, they'll just print a fucking new one and put that.
They already have a copy of it there because
there's like 13 copies out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting.
What they said though is like there's actually there's really famous copies of the Declaration that was made by a printer who basically would print these up and then put them in rural areas that they would go into like the post offices and stuff and hang it on the wall because those people wouldn't be allowed or wouldn't not be allowed, but they wouldn't have the means to like go and actually see the actual one. So there I forget where I saw this from. It's probably Pawn Stars or something like that. But but yeah, they have some very rare copies of that running around too, and there's a lot of people that are faking the fakes, and then depending on how old the fake of the fake is, it can be worth money.
Yeah, like even
It's
Like even forgeries, like if they're done properly and they're old forgeries, they can be worth money, which is crazy. to
Isn't
me.
that what like the stuff that Banksy was doing? But didn't he like bleach the dollar bills? And
The Banksy did the Banksy bucks?
Well, that's
But
what
that
I'm saying.
wasn't. No, he actually got it. Like he did his. As far as my understanding is he like had his own paper stock that was like really close to the actual bill.
Yeah, because I know like you can take old money and fucking bleach it. Like that's what we would have to look for and stuff. Like if you bleached it and then reprinted on top of it's technically still like a legal currency or some crazy
Yeah,
shit
as
like
long as you print on the cloth paper, that is like from the mint.
that. Mm-hmm.
If you counterfeit the money, it is actually still technically legal tender. A lot of people don't know that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's because it's used on the same paper.
Actually,
like the fiber.
Steve Wozniak was actually on. I don't know. You guys know Steve-O from Jackass.
Yeah.
So Steve Wozniak was on his podcast, and he had this pamphlet. It was just sheets of $2 bills, and he said that he went and he got the same exact paper, same exact ink, and mimicked the printing process perfectly. And he said that he even took the bills to the Secret Service, had them check them out, and they said, this is legal tender because it's exactly the way we would have produced it. So if you produce it exactly...
And he's like, all of the $2 bills have like the same serial.
Yeah, they all have the same serial number, but it didn't matter. It's still legal tender.
Like, you want to print it?
Like, so he's been handing these out, and people are just spending them because they can't do anything about it because there's like a catch-22 law where it's like, if it is exact, it's technically legal tender.
Yeah. You can print a big old like penis on the side of it and it'd be legal tender.
It's just funny.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly what law that is, but
And now we know, and
Well,
no
yeah,
one is left to
it's like
doubt.
if you just have to have like the
that's
fibers
like one
in
of
it.
those things where it's like, you know this, and now you feel like a criminal.
Information that you feel like you should know.
Yeah.
I mean, I feel like they have whole channels of that dedicated on TikTok.
Oh,
Of, like,
probably YouTube, TikTok. I mean, for shits and giggles, what did I type in? I typed in how to be a drug dealer, and like 900 videos came up.
Mm-hmm.
I typed in how to use a gun, like all sorts of videos. You can find all sorts of legal and illegal shit on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram.
Yeah, I read
What
that.
was that
I was
thing
watching this one. There was a girl. Hold on, wait. She said something about if you can take a pair of Nike shoes that if they're fucked up within 2 years, Nike has to either give you a brand new pair of shoes or the cash value or like the monetary value of those shoes. But if they don't sell those shoes anymore, then they just have to give you a gift card.
I don't know about that.
It's like
I know Levi's or something like that.
defect.
I think it's like
Like if the sole falls off the bottom of the shoe in 2 years, like the stitching comes out, then they have to replace it for you. And I looked it up. It's actually under policy.
so.
It was something fucking weird. Like it has to do with like if it's a defective like thing
from
like,
the
that shouldn't
manufacturer,
happen,
like shouldn't have happened.
like if it's like unexpected from normal wear and tear, then they will replace it for you.
Okay, yeah, it says we stand by. This is from Nike.com shoe warranty. It
Yeah.
says we stand behind all of our shoes and gear. If your Nike shoes or apparel develop a material or workmanship flaw
Yep.
within 2 years of the manufacturer date, we want to get you back in the game. If you believe your item is flawed and it's within 60 days of your purchase, you can simply return it to us for a full refund.
Mhm.
So
Yeah,
if your Nike shoes apparel or workmanship flaw within 2 years, we want to get you back. That doesn't say what to do though. Like,
Yeah, that'd be like
so
like
they
I said, the stitching like flies out of your fucking like sole of your shoe. That's not supposed to happen.
Yeah, and then like
So, you know.
the sole is actually falling out or something like that. They'll be like, oh, let me replace that for you. Fett said Banksy did it. Yes, Dismaland. That shit is amazing. I love that. I would love to go see that. Where it's like a shitty version of Disneyland. It's an art installation.
Yeah, I saw that on
it
YouTube.
is. I don't know Fett, what country is it in? You studied art in college? Samies. But yeah, Disneyland.
I studied
and I
thermo
saw
erections in college.
and I was like, dude, this looks so awesome. It's like the creepy version of Disneyland. I think it's overseas in some fucking weird country where is not as creepy as that one art installation, the one that mops up its own blood. I think that one has been going around.
Oh,
on
the
TikTok.
freaking robot.
It's a robot arm that the oil or like. Yeah, I think it's like the oil, the fluid that makes it move.
It's a robot arm that drinks up blood?
Yeah, it's a robot arm that like dances around, and basically the artist over time programmed it to leak its fluid out, and then there's like a certain like distance that the fluid can get away like from the robot before it has to continuously scoop it up. So over time, like it went from being a super active robot and would like dance around and stuff like that to like barely moving because it's constantly like scooping up its blood and trying to like push it back into itself and like keep it together. So it's kind of like
it's like an AI algorithm to like keep it living.
Yeah. But it was basically, they were saying metaphorically, like you're basically trying so hard to keep yourself together and you're slowly dying as you do it. But, you know, it's kind of like a whole,
Interesting.
I thought it was really fucked up. People really, really like that shit. I think it actually, like the robot actually died in like 2019.
Yeah.
Or something like that. Because it stopped working because all the fluid leaked out of it and it couldn't move anymore because it was leaking out so fast it didn't have the ability to continue to move to push the liquid back into itself, so it actually died, which is weird, right? What is that? It was like chin something. I don't remember what the name of it is, but it's pretty fucking weird. There was a bunch of TikToks going around about it. That's how I found out about it initially. It was from TikTok. That's where I get all my crucial information.
That's gonna be like, you know how old people get their news from Facebook. That's gonna be us, man. Fucking all the news from TikTok and shit. Like, fuck.
I'm still using YouTube. It's just easier for me when TikTok gets a little bit more adaptive, equipment friendly. Then I'll start using it more.
Well, what do you need, man? What do you need it to
I
do?
just need a way to get it so that when you click on anything, that videos don't start playing right away, and then I can't hear the speaker and brilliant part to punch in what I need to do.
Oh, so what you got to do is don't play it on your phone. If you play it on your computer, it doesn't play automatically.
All right. I'll try it that way, because every time I try to
Are you talking about whenever you scroll through TikTok, you can't hear like what's coming next?
Yeah. Like basically, let me grab my phone for a second.
Like when you swipe, you have to know that it's the start of a new TikTok.
Wednesday.
Okay, a video will be playing on the
Wednesday. iPhone.
as I'm trying to
From music.
have my phone tell me what I need to navigate to press on the do. So
Oh,
that
okay.
hit the search button or something.
Yeah.
That's all I hear is whatever video is playing on top of it, and I can't hear what the phone is telling me.
And then it's like talking at the same time as you're trying
Yeah.
to watch the video. Oh, okay. I understand.
Yeah, I mean the worst thing about TikTok is there's a whole bunch of videos out there, and it's just a whole bunch of reading. like, come on now. I didn't fucking come home to relax and just fucking want to read all fucking day long, man. Sometimes you just gotta
Yeah,
put
what's
some
up with that?
voiceover. Yeah,
TikTok has been. I don't know if it's just the algorithm that I'm in or whatever side of TikTok that I'm on, but I'm continuously seeing like an abundance of the same sound, and it's not even
It's
like
like they're pushing it.
it's not even because before, whenever I had a really popular TikTok, whenever I had like thousands, hundreds of thousands of people following me on TikTok, I still would be able to see something different every time I swiped, and it wouldn't constantly. It seems like now everybody's either using the same sound over and over and over again, and I just see it, or TikTok's like showing me the same videos twice. I'm like,
nah, that's because
I've seen this, and that's never happened to me before. I don't know if it's just TikTok.
nah,
or-
it's the people because with this whole SEO movement going on, everybody's watching the same fucking SEO videos. They're like, oh, all I gotta do is use the same, because sometimes it's not even the content, right? It's the sound. Like,
No, yeah, that's
if
what
I
I'm
use
saying.
the same sound, I know people that love that sound are going to see my freaking
It's just
video.
that
So that's
sound's
why,
popping at that time. It's just going to show it to fucking everyone.
Well, I understand that. That's the way that TikTok works. That's whenever you go to sounds and you click on viral TikToks, it's gonna give you the top used sounds. But
Right.
even then, like I
but
still
it's good.
didn't
It's so
see it.
crazy that so people have realized that they do this. So what they'll do is they'll use that sound for the soundtrack, but then they'll turn that sound down so they can talk
Exactly.
over
Yeah,
it.
I used to do that
It's
too.
like-
I would, even if it was me just like talking, I would put a sound behind it and then I would turn that sound all the way down because then it just throws it in the algorithm of that.
Deceptive practices.
Yeah. Then it would throw it in the algorithm of that popular sound and get me more views. So
Okay, question, guys. I
Mhm.
want to hear your thoughts and opinions on this.
Oh.
All right, so the crossover in the sneakers now is going into like the cartoons and the comic books and movies.
Yes.
Recently, there has been a big hype on these Puma shoes. They're called the Rick and Mortys.
Yeah.
Selling for $340.
Holy shit.
the Rick and Morty.
The Rick and Morty
Is that
Pumas.
the yellow? I thought those were yellow and purple.
No, it's
Did these drop yet?
yeah, they're out. They've been out for a while. But they have the Rick and Morty shoes here, and it's just $340 for those. And like, they're marketing these things to kids, so why are they pricing shit so high?
Amazon stop.
Like,
No, adults watch Rick and Morty.
Yeah. It's Rick and Morty is an adult show.
I
But
still
then
feel like a lot of kids watch
Oh
it.
yeah, kids.
Yeah.
definitely.
Oh, yeah,
The
yeah.
only family-friendly thing that ever was Rick and Morty was the cameo in Space Jam 2.
And then they have the Marvel X Dawn issue number 1, Amazing Spider-Man shoes from Adidas
Mhm.
for
I think it's
$290.
Yeah.
How much?
Spider-Man, the Marvels, the
Yeah, here, I'll share this link, that way you guys can see these. These
Yeah.
are actually
so right.
I think
yeah,
Adidas just did Legos. They did the Lego ones
Mhm.
as well.
So you got to remember like what blew up during this whole pandemic, and that was the whole shoe thing. I mean, it was pretty interesting before, but now it's on a whole new level, up to
It's
the
not-
point. Like eBay, they've got their own section of people. They've got like a warehouse of people. You bring it to the freaking warehouse, and they freaking us. All they do is they check to verify whether it's the real thing or not. These people are not wearing these freaking shoes, right?
No,
They're
they're not. And that's what I'm saying. That shit is pointless.
like these Star Wars edition graffiti Reeboks. $756
For a pair of Reeboks?
Wait,
though?
what was the
Yeah,
the SRP at the gate?
MSRP out the gate was $750.
Nah, really? They probably
No, sorry.
They started at
This is
750.
70% off. USD recommended price was $2,520.
Hot motherfucking damn, yo!
Why? Why?
Yeah, that's
That's the same thing as those little foam like slip-on shoes that
well, that's
Kanye
exactly
West made.
what these look like. Look
Like
at
something you
these.
can fucking 3D print from your computer.
Yeah, these are horrible looking. They're just like
Yeah, you know what? Those are those shoes right there. They're dance. Those look like dance shoes. The ones that we used to wear in dance. They were like a sole, and then right in the middle where your foot curves up, where your arch is, that part of the sole is gone, and then there's just a back piece. So, like whenever we would go up on our toes and stuff, it was like
yeah.
you could bend your foot. I don't know why they make regular shoes like that. They're not fucking comfortable. They're not fun. They're not comfortable. They do not.
Well,
feel
that's-
good.
It's fucking like LeBron's, man. Fucking LeBron James is shit. They're not fucking comfortable.
No,
at all.
I have a pair of his shoes upstairs. They're valued at $340.
Mhm.
Like, you know, and I'm never gonna wear them. Like my daughter actually traded a pair of her old shoes in for them, and
They just
she
so
got
happen to
them.
went up in price.
They just so happened to like jump up drastically in price. So, you know, I don't know. Maybe I should get into the like sneaker speculation game and start like buying and selling.
Man, don't do that, man. Freaking,
It's a big.
you're gonna have Autumn doing some weird shit for some funky ass shit.
Like, babe, go give a lap dance for this Supreme Nike / whatever.
Please give me
No, that's like
two
coming
lap
up and be
dances
like,
for the Ren and Stimpy limited edition Reeboks.
yeah, like
Happy, joy.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, here, it's a Supreme crowbar. I need you to take all your clothes off for the Supreme crowbar. Like them, it's some stupid shit. Here's a lunchbox. It's a Supreme on. It's $3,000. I need to have it.
Yeah, you know what I did? I made my own Supreme shoes. I got a pair of red and white Nike Blazer mids from the it was a discount Nike store. I got them for like $12, right? I got the Supreme logo online. I cut it all out, put it onto my one of my Cricut machine.
And he just like printed that
I
shit
printed the vinyl out that says Supreme, and then I used my little shoe iron and ironed it on the back of them, just like the actual Supreme shoes. You can't tell the fucking difference.
Yeah.
There is literally no difference from the ones that I made to the ones that you paid $2,000 for.
Right.
And they used the most basic logo, like the most basic font. They couldn't.
Yeah, what is it like? What was that font? It was actually. It's not even like. It's a font that used to be like used back in the 60s.
It's not Helvetica or whatever.
No.
Yeah.
Pop art?
If people collect VHS, so I don't.
It's Futura.
Futura. Oh yeah.
Hey, Adam, do you collect any VHSs?
Hells yeah.
What's your favorite one? Because I know
Well,
you guys have some Disney shit, right? I think we
My
talked about
favorite
it.
one would be my Marvel Video Library stuff. Back in like 85, 86, they started releasing volumes of the old Marvel cartoons from the 1960s. And 2 episode volumes, and I think it was 25 volumes initially. You know what? Next week I have to dig it out because it's at my warehouse. But I'll pull out the Spider-Man one, which is one of my favorites.
So let me go ahead if we can check on this shit. All right. So Adam,
Yes, sir.
I know everybody's wanting to go see Thor and everything.
Love and Thunder, yo.
Right. But what was the number one like most popular on social media movie this past weekend?
This past weekend.
I know Autumn might have come across it.
I did not come across it.
Minions.
Oh, the Minions?
Yes, there was a
Why?
whole.
Why is that trending?
It was because people they were getting dressed up and like I'm not talking about cosplay, and I'm talking about in like suits and everything, with going like rolling like 50 deep out to the freaking movie theaters to see Minions.
Okay. I hope no
Why?
one got hurt because I know people that hate Minions with a passion.
What? Hold on. Now I wanna
Banana! Banana!
oh.
Can we do a porn parody of the Minions, JR?
Yes.
There already is one.
Banana! Get me, yellow suit. You want to lick my banana?
Rise of Gru. Oh, wait, gentlemen. Going to see. Why is there freaking escalators full of young men watching the Minions? This is really freaking weird.
Motherfucker, man.
It's like just a bunch of dudes in suits, like young men.
Can I pick up a few more copies of that Minions comic from a few years back?
I told everybody.
I mean, I have a couple in a box, but now I want to get more.
It's
Told everybody. I was like, hey, there's a franchise out there. You need to freaking go ahead and get that shit.
Well, you know, my thing is I bet all my money on Frozen. And that's only because all my brothers had little girls instead of little boys.
Well, I mean, and that's fine, but you got to remember those girls aren't old enough yet to have that type of disposable income. So, that'll hit for you in what, maybe 15, 20 years from now when they're all grown up and everything, and they start wanting to collect shit. Minions number
when
4.
did this become a thing? What is the purpose of people dressing up?
I have a question for you guys. I saw the
I'm still
the Amazing Fantasy Spider-Man number 1. I saw a re-release of that was going for like $4,000 to $5,000. Can somebody please tell me why it's so expensive?
For a facsimile?
Yeah.
That's weird.
Now, I think there was one that was done as a gold-plated edition or something recently.
Okay.
That was weird.
Yeah, because I saw that the other day and I was like, what the hell?
Ain't no way. Ain't no way.
Yeah, hold on, let me.
And there's been a ton of reprints of it over the years too, so it may not be a modern facsimile even.
Yeah, it was going for several $1,000s, and I was wondering why.
What was it?
This right here that I have on my wall, it was the re-release of it.
Mm-hmm.
But it was going for like an uberifical amount of money, and I did not know why.
It's interesting because I'm trying to think of what version of Fantasy 15 it would be because.
He said Amazing Fantasy number 1 or something, shit like that, right?
No, sorry, Amazing Fantasy 15, the first appearance of Spider-Man.
Okay.
I think it might have been this one here.
It looks the same.
It says silver foil something.
It's hollow foil. It must be worth more.
That's what I'm thinking. It says Amazing yeah, this is it right here. This is exactly it. And so certified authentic from Marvel, number 795. Amazing Fantasy 15, CGC 10, Gem Mint, first release, silver foil, Amachrome, whatever that means.
I've never heard of this edition of it.
Yeah, it just says like collectible silver foil, and they want like $2,499 for it.
This is silver foil. Come on now.
It's a CDC 10.
Yeah, it's here, right on the back. It says 1 ounce 0.999 silver. Does that mean like?
Yep, I thought it was that edition. Okay, that makes sense.
Is that the one that you were
Those
talking
are super limited.
Oh, they actually made it like with
Yeah, so they actually made it out of silver.
Yeah, and there's another version of it they made out of gold too.
Yeah.
Really?
24 karat gold.
Yeah.
So how the hell do you print on?
It's just probably mixed into the paper. or
Forget.
whatever.
I would have the link in my Gmail, like archived somewhere.
But is it really worth
Because-
$2,500?
Because I think right at the gate they were
It's-
like
yeah,
$500 to $600.
It's worth whatever some dumbass is willing to pay for it.
Yeah,
Since
it's-
Caitlin said
it's-
whatever dumbass is willing to pay
it's-
for it, I think he thinks that that's not worth $2,500. So
All
what
the
is
things
the
that
most
you put
expensive comic that you picked
$2,500
up?
into, this is not one of them.
I'm sorry, say again.
What's the most expensive
$2,500.
comic that
Hey,
you
hold
picked
on.
up?
What's
Hold
your
on, I'm
most
sorry.
expensive comic?
Let's see. It would be bounced in between maybe 3 or 4. I've got a Hulk 181, and I just had that one up on the freaking wall. That bounces in between, 3,000 to 5,000. Then I've got the first appearance, House of Secrets, first appearance of Man Thing. I've seen that go for around 5,000. Oh no, I got the what you call it? The first appearance of Miles, Ultimate Fallout #4, the Zerjvik. That one goes for about 10,000. And I've
record sales lately too.
I've got there's the Zerjvik, which is like the 1 in 25, or is it a 1 in 50? And I've got the regular. Yeah, and I've got the regular version. That one goes for about 3 to 5,000. 9.8.
See, ain't none of our comics were in the thousands.
And I've got random shit around here that
Yeah.
I don't remember.
The first Coheed one that you had, the CGC like 9.8. That thing, I think that one.
That's from the Bag Online. It's called Bag Online Adventures. Is who it was.
Yeah.
And that was, it was printed. It wasn't printed by Evil Ink like that. I think there was one that was, because remember how we saw like there was one version of it before it was printed by Evil Ink, and then the second one's printed by Evil Ink, and that one's the one that I have now. I have like
you have
one
2
of each.
Yeah. Yeah, she did have one that was. See, I don't know how this works. Like, what happens when your CGC plastic gets damaged in a fire, but there was no damage done to the book itself?
It was a 9.8, and it legit like completely just melted the container that it was in.
But the book is fine.
The book is fine, like because it was in.
I think you can get rehold from CGC.
Yeah.
I think if you
like when
but you gotta pay.
Would you have to pay for it? Like get it? You would have to get rated again, right?
Right. That's the only thing.
Yeah.
Because and I'm pretty sure that they would want to do that, because if the outside was burnt, they're going to want to check the book again to make sure that there's no smoke damage to the inside.
That's what I was saying, because then it might not be worth it. I mean, whenever I took it out of the container and looked at it, like there was nothing wrong with it. It's completely the same as it was. It's
we actually took it out and then framed it and put it on the wall instead of like having it in the melted container.
Yeah.
At least you guys had some type of protection, so it didn't get burned up and lost too.
Yeah, so that's actually a good note to bring up. Not only does it raise the value of your comics, but it does actually protect them.
Yeah, you just got to be careful, because what some people do is they put those slabs, like if it's a very expensive slab, they'll put those in safes, and they're like, oh yeah, it's fucking protected. Well, sometimes what happens is if you put it in any type of like metal enclosed container,
it's gonna get hot regardless.
Right, but there's like a water residue that builds up inside, and that water residue also brings sodium, right? And that sodium can build crystals inside the slab, and then that can either separate it and get into the paper sometimes, and just kind of warp the freaking comics sometimes.
Funny story that happened to one of my dad's signed baseball cards. He had it was a Mickey Mantle baseball card that he had signed, and he had it, in the plastic sleeve and everything, and he put it in his safe thinking it would be fine. Well, the humidity in his house is really weird, and apparently moisture goes up inside the safe. Then one time he just went to take it out and tried to slide the card out. The entire face of the card stuck to the plastic container and ripped it off.
I would like be like,
Yeah, so that was like
could you
that was a
imagine?
couple $1,000 baseball card. It just went to shit because he
I'm
didn't
pulling a
properly
comic
store
book
it.
out and it's just like the front of it sticks. Like that's just a nightmare.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, it hurts my heart.
Yeah, my dad used to be real big into collecting sports memorabilia. He would do like football, basketball, baseball, mainly baseball though. And it's Jesus, he has hundreds of thousands of cards just sitting in his closet. I'm like, Dad, you need to do something with these. Like they're just gonna rot away sitting over here. Like,
Well, here's what you can do, man. We can write this down. Pricecharting.com.
price charting.
Yep, pricecharting.com. And I say that because in fact Al and I just interviewed this guy on when was that?
It was last Friday, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, because you guys had him on before Drunk and Chat, and that's when you brought it up again to the group.
Yeah, it was and it's an amazing app. Now they don't have the sports card section yet, but they are working on it.
Okay.
And you remember just how I think it was maybe 3 weeks ago we were messing around and you guys opened up a pack and then you freaking were able to scan and
Yeah.
it brought up the value. That's what price charting is going to be able to do. But it already can do Pokemon cards. It
Oh,
can already do video games, right?
Yeah.
Today I went to my local comic book shop and I freaking used it on a whole bunch of freaking comics, Star Wars freaking comics. It worked amazingly, right?
That's awesome. So you can check the value of what they're actually going for compared to what the shop's selling it for.
Yes, exactly.
That's a good
So
tool to have.
right, so like I was pulling out a whole bunch of Star Wars comics, right? And it'll give you like, hey, if it's raw, this is what it's going for raw. If you were able to slab it at 4 and it goes to 4.0, this is what the price this should be. If you get it 9.8, it freaking gave you that whole thing. And then not only did it give you that, but then right under it, it gave you the last sales from the last year or so. Right under that.
Okay, so you can average out what it. That's awesome.
Right. So
like
what
that.
what you could be able to do once they get the sports car thing up and running is just have your dad say, hey man, just take a video of those cards and then you can help them out and just freaking scan those cards with that freaking app or whatever app. 'Cause I'm pretty sure there's a lot of apps out there right now that can do the sports card stuff. That way you don't have to.
What scares me about his cards is like he has a lot of stuff from when he was a kid, like 1950s, like the stuff that's actually worth money. And I'm like, Dad, you can't just let these sit in boxes and just sit here. Like something like you got value and you're just letting it sit in your closet. And like I said, the humidity in his house is really weird.
If you ever need help,
Get ruined.
you ever need help, Lucas and I know someone who is a sports card master.
Yeah, I mean,
Brian McClay over at the Amazing.
Yeah.
If he has a basement, tell him put it down in the basement. Closets are horrendous for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, freaking, like that's where this is the worst time for collectibles, man. Is fucking when it's hot and everything, and people moths are in people's closets and shit, man. It's fucking horrendous. So yeah, if you got a basement, put it down in the freaking basement or something, man.
Yeah, our basement down here, and this stays really nice down here, like where our streaming room is. This is the perfect area to store anything.
Much movies.
But it also used to be a canning room back in the early 1900s, so that's probably also why it's a nice room. And
wait, did you say tanning or canning?
Canning.
Ah, okay.
That's what all of these were for. Like my dad said back in the day, they used to use this to put the stuff on. And they'd have like the tables, and then they would once they were done canning it, they'd set it up on top of these, and then just have everything in here.
Yeah, some like green tomatoes. I love that shit.
I wish I could can food. Like I'm just afraid.
We tried it one time. We tried it a couple times. And
I'm afraid I'm gonna do it wrong and then like poison myself 6 months later when I go to eat it.
Like my ex-mother-in-law, she used to pull out like meat, like nasty, like, oh my gosh, I remember it looking crazy in the jar, and I was like, what is this? She's like, yeah, this is just some canned meat. And I'm like, oh, it looked like gizzards and like turkey necks and shit, and like that's what it looked like in like a weird foul orange liquid. And I'm like, I'm not. She's like, I cook with it all the time. You never know that I cook with it. Like she just would pull it out and cook with it and not tell anybody what it was. Like you can't tell, but it just looks completely unappetizing in the jar. It's really freaking gross. I'm like, nobody wants canned meat.
So that's what half of freaking McDonald's shit is, man. It's just it's bagged meat that's been freaking put in a freaking blender with all types of weird chemicals and shit.
Yeah, basically.
Did you guys hear about what's been happening with the Russian McDonald's?
No.
So about a month ago, they reopened the freaking Russian McDonald's, right? Because after they closed it for the restrictions and shit.
Mhm.
And now people today, like this week, people are starting to notice in most of the buns and the meat a whole bunch of mold on that stuff.
Oh, they might have kept it in stock for too long, and now
Yeah, that's crazy as hell. They didn't get rid of it. They didn't, go to the local Walmart and anything and get new buns. They just said, "Oh yeah, we got stuff in the freaking warehouse."
Conrad, we got the bun.
That's fucking crazy, man.
McDonald's for everyone in the motherland.
Yeah. Like, can you imagine?
I didn't
Has
know my own
anybody played
podcast
this
when they
game?
ruined McDonald's for me.
I've been wanting to play. I picked this up, and I've been wanting to play it. Has anybody played this?
I've played that. I told you I played that.
Hold that up again.
Show it up on there. Mortal Kombat DC Universe.
Interesting. I've never even heard of that.
You know what?
Yeah.
That's a great game.
Yeah, they also have the one. It was Mortal Kombat, and what was it? It was the one where you could like fight as Freddy and Jason and like Alien.
I think it was called the Complete Edition.
Yeah, it was like
that.
It was something.
That's awesome sauce.
Yeah, and it was like you could, Scorpion
Yeah,
versus
the
like,
DC
Freddy
versus Mortal Kombat is actually really good.
Yeah, I haven't played it. She said she's played it, but I haven't had a chance, and I want to like try to play it. What the fudge? Are people stupid?
How much is that selling for?
They want $900 for it on eBay.
What, DC versus Marvel or the other one?
The exact one I just had in my hand.
Holy
So yes.
shit.
There's no way that's how much is it actually selling for? That's the crazy
This is still sealed.
Oh, sealed.
Factory sealed in the box.
That would be why.
Well, there you go. Yeah.
I still can't guarantee
But
that it's worth
still-
$900. Asking isn't sold, says Ultra, right? Yeah, I feel
Yep.
you.
Did someone say that in the chat?
$900 or best offer.
Yeah.
Well, there you go. So
Yeah,
that's
well,
what
I will take 45 for this one if anybody wants it. 'Cause I paid like 10.
Yeah. Like OBO. No, I'm not paying $900 for your unopened box.
No, that's like getting into the realm of like insanity on certain things. Like, you know how much shit you could buy for $900 other than a video game? Like,
I mean, yeah.
come on, like that's a half of a vacation for us.
I mean,
That-
yeah.
That's one trip to the Bunny Ranch with Air Force Amy for some of us.
Adam, how do you know about the Bunny Ranch?
He's probably been there.
Hey, go back in my archives. In my early days, pre-StreamYard, I actually interviewed Dennis Hoth. He used to have breakfast with him every year at Exotica. God rest his soul.
Yeah, you can just go. You know, you could just go to the Bunny Ranch, right? Like,
Yeah,
I can just like apply to like go there. You can just like apply, like put in an application and go
Yep,
there.
on thebunnyranch.com, the
Yeah.
greatest brothel on God's green earth. God rest Dennis's soul. He was a beautiful human being.
Like, you can just apply for it and just go there.
Yeah.
What do you mean just go there? Like, wait, because are we talking about the same Bunny Ranch that had that show on HBO back
yeah,
in
the
the day?
HBO series.
Yeah.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
That's
Or
my
you can use
testimonials.
like an application and then just like be a person that works there.
Yep, it's that simple.
Porn star, sex menu, message board, store, and cams. So apparently they do camming there now.
Yep. No, that's been going on there for a
It takes
couple of
you
years.
directly to my free cams.
Yeah, it takes you to my.
That's what happened. Is because I have some Twitter followers that were like, "Oh, tonight we're staying here," and then it was like at Bunny Ranch, and I was like, "Oh fuck!" Like, let me
so
click
they're
on it.
camming at Bunny Ranch.
Yeah, which I can do that.
Yeah, I'm just giving out to my old friend, Madam
Bunny Ranch.
Suzette.
Why the fuck not? That would just be a good story. YOLO. Did you go to the Bunny Ranch? No, but I've been to the Bunny Ranch.
You know what? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna put up a card. We're gonna start taking donations. If you want to send a donation, it will be in the archive part of this episode. We'll put a card where you can make a donation. We'll start raising money. We'll take a field trip to the Bunny Ranch. We'll videotape the
donations for Bunny
experience.
Ranch field trip. All right.
Can we make a GoFundMe page?
We're even gonna take Lucas.
I'm gonna put a card up for donations in this here. So.
Donations for the Bunny Ranch field trip.
Yep. We're gonna take
Well, you
Sean
guys-
with us.
Well, you guys need to do
Sean's
it.
just like,
Listen,
oh, the
Sean
fuck,
will-
I
No,
do it.
I mean, because what you need to do is you need to do a West Coast trip, right? You would hit the Bunny Ranch, you hit freaking Las Vegas casinos and shit. Then you got to end up in whorehouse of all whorehouses, fucking Tijuana, the red zone of fucking Tijuana.
I remember
I
That's
that.
where you
have
gotta
to get
figure it
I have to get a passport for that first. I have to renew my passport.
Wait, what is it? What do you do?
Oh, you don't want to know.
I don't know. I don't like to go on type in Tijuana and porn. Is that a thing they
Yeah.
do in Tijuana?
That's
Besides,
You ever heard of the Donkey Show? Hello.
what I just said. I was like,
oh, they like fuck donkeys and like
Yeah. Donkey
Nah,
show.
that is
Donkey,
an unproven
Donkey
rumor.
show.
not
I'm-
factual, not factual.
I've been down there
Just
many
theory.
times, and there's always a donkey, and the donkey is not doing anything. It's like,
All right, so leave a donation so we can start doing this.
Bunny Ranch field trip.
If
Listen,
you want to help keep the show running, we would appreciate your donations.
Jason says favorite band to listen to. Autumn. My favorite band, personally,
Who asked
my
that?
all-time favorite band would be Coheed and Cambria. Not a lot of people know who that band is. That's just a band I've been listening to since I've been like a teenager, and it was one of the very first bands that I went and saw at Warped Tour when that was the thing, and it's has stuck ever since, and I've been seeing them every year since 2007. So if not once a year, probably twice to three times a year. So it's literally me just fangirling out to this band that I've been obsessed with 3 years. So I'd go see them once, twice, three times a year, and it's super fucking awesome. They're like one of the greatest fucking bands of all time. I turned the manager on to him, and now he's fucking obsessed. But yeah, they make comic books and fucking toys and all kinds of cool stuff. And they're about
Amazon
space
stuff.
aliens and murder and
Amazon stop.
that you want to read about in comic books. So why not? And the lead singer is beautiful. And that's no lie. Yeah.
I remember the Warped Tour. I think it was 1997, and remember Zoot Suit Daddy and the Deftones were a big freaking thing, man. It was freaking, yeah, freaking. So I used to work for a skateboard freaking rollerblade freaking shop, right? And they gave some skaters, passes to go and skate on like the freaking half ramps and everything. So I went out there, freaking did my thing, fucking fell on my head like a few times, fucking trying to show out for the fucking girls and shit, right? But after that, just me and my friends and this girl that I was freaking trying to impress, freaking we went out to the freaking concert, had a freaking great time. And then apparently like one of the guys from the Deftones, he had It was like the black guy at the time, or was it another band? I forget what it was, but he had been on a half pipe with us, and he was like watching us. He was having a good time as too, right? So later on, we got off. We went down to South Street in Philly, right? Going down to South Street, and we're passing by the AB store, which is a liquor store, right? And out comes this black dude with freaking, dreads and shit, right? And he goes, "Hey man, freaking, I just saw you, man. You're freaking cool at the freaking Warp Tour." And I was like, "Who are you?" And and the girl that I was with, she's freaking out because she knows who this motherfucker is, and she's like, "Oh my god, that's so and so and so and so." And I was like, "Oh yeah, yeah." Okay. And freaking, freaking did our black thing, freaking like, "Oh yeah, man, freaking." And then from then, man, freaking, that was crazy, man. Freaking, I don't, shit, man. Fucking, I got some ass after that, but it was just so fucking weird, man. Paharump is not a very rough trip. What the fuck is Paharump?
The Hill Have Eyes is not just a fun movie. As being somebody that lives close to the state of West Virginia, trust and believe that we know that. We know that. There's
But there are fireworks. You can get a lot of fireworks.
There's fireworks, but there's also like rednecks that live up on the mountain.
Apparently, at Warp Tour '97, there was a band called Cornflakes.
Cornflakes?
Cornflakes.
I love that. Cornflakes. Yeah, first time I went to Warp Tour was 2007.
First time I went to Warp Tour was 2004.
Thanks, Autumn, for making me feel fucking old.
Is it 1997? I'm like 2000.
That's actually where I met Steve Caballero, because he was on the mini ramp there and he was doing shit. And
yeah, I'm pretty sure we were at that same Warp Tour and didn't even know each other.
Probably
that whole same Warp Tour because
2007.
I planned on going with Steve
right?
Mac too. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure that's who you went with in 2007.
No, 2007 I went with Matt Spencer.
Okay. Well, yeah, 2007, like, we all went to...
No, wait, you're right. 2007, I went with Corey, and then...
Yeah, because he was going.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then 2008, I went with Spencer.
Yeah, that was the first and the only Warp Tour that I ever went to.
Because you hated it.
It wasn't it was Social Distortion.
Social Distortion. We love Social Distortion.
I love Social Distortion.
We do.
And then that was when the Mighty Boss Tones was like this huge thing.
Motherfuckers have been to like every single Warp Tour that there ever was. I really wish that they wouldn't have done a Warp Tour. I enjoyed it, but at the same time kind of hated it because I would always end up like chafed as fuck at the end of the day.
Well, because now like I'm sitting
so
there
hot.
thinking like right now if we went to Warp Tour, I would technically be the same age that my mom was whenever she took me to Warp Tour for the first time. Like,
that's wild.
Right? Okay, yeah, she would have been
She
would have been like 35, something like that. I don't fucking know. Anyways, but like
so she'd have been my age.
Yeah.
Adam, what was the last concert that you went to, if any?
Kid Rock 2012-ish.
Kid Rock. I love that.
Kid Rock.
I need to go to another. I want to go to one of those.
Kid Rock, and I forget the year, but it was like one of the last Motley Crue tours that they did, and I went to the last concert they did at MSG.
The last two concerts that we went to was
Because it's Motley Crue
and Coheed and Cambria, right? Was it Post Malone and Coheed, or was it Coheed and Coheed?
It was Coheed and Coheed, and then it was Post Malone before that.
Post Malone was before that, yeah.
And
Post Malone was amazing. Just saying.
and hopefully in October I'm going to go see Lady Gaga in Vegas.
Yep.
That sounds like so much
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, he's big on like, I want to go to another. I'm like, you have to go see a band in a hole in the wall. Like
we did.
Yeah, I know, but even grimier.
That was so much fun though. Like
even grimier. I'm talking like old like skating rink. I've seen. There was this place called the Goodwill Building that I went into that was like it was basically falling apart. There was a laser tag arcade place that I went and saw a couple different bands at. Just weird like place that didn't have any
Babe, the venue we had here, Ahern's, that was the shittiest place that I've ever been to, and they had some really good bands there.
That's how.
It was horrible. Like, you know, you turned your back, you got drugged, and then passed out in the back fucking corner. Like,
Oh, yeah, there was a place like that by my dorm in college up in Providence.
Yeah.
Really great. I just forget the name of it.
so, Adam, from you being near the New York City area, have you ever been to CBGB's?
You know what? I have, but that was like 96, 97-ish.
Nice.
Like right before it closed.
Yeah. Can you tell me what CBGB stood for?
Sex work is illegal in Las Vegas. Is that really a thing?
Yes. In the
Unless you're at the Bunny Ranch, right? Is the Bunny Ranch in Las Vegas?
That's the only.
It's in Reno. Technically,
Yeah,
it's in
because they're
Carson
like
City. In Carson City, it's legal. In Clark County, which houses Las Vegas, the Strip, it's not legal because of the population. If your population is over 100,000 in the state of Nevada, brothels are illegal, which is fucking bullshit and fucking stupid.
But like brothels in general are illegal everywhere, are they not?
Except
Nope,
for Nevada.
not in New York. New York is now legal now.
New York have legal brothels?
Yeah, I think we just.
I thought the
Not
Bunny Ranch was the only place that was considered like you were like a legal prostitute.
No, I heard it.
Yeah, no, there's other spots, and there's the Chicken Ranch, there's Cherry Patch Ranch. I don't know if the Love Ranch is in existence anymore, but that was Dennis's other ranch. Once again, God rest his soul. There's a couple of them, but they're all in the outskirts and suburbs of the Las Vegas and Las Vegas Strip proper, because of the way it's set up legally. They're always in areas where the population was under 100,000 people. Or some shit like that.
Isn't Vegas, LL.
So apparently,
No, it doesn't mean
brothels
it's
are
not happening
illegal.
in Vegas. It's just not on the books.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, so over here on the East Coast, unless you're in New York, it's all illegal.
No, like I said, I heard of some places in Florida that, like certain counties, it's legal.
Yeah.
That's basically it's like those laws where like the state supersedes like the federal shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So
And the license to have legal brothel is not cheap at all.
yeah, and there's a lot
It's
of
even more. It's even more expensive than the liquor license, I believe.
Yeah, and it's more like it's crazier than like porn stars having to get tested and stuff like that. Like these girls.
Yeah,
have
it's
rigorous,
really
Yeah.
regulated.
I believe that.
So they need to be safe about it.
I just want a strip club. That's all I'm asking for is like a strip club that is in close proximity to my location would be great. Because we had one, we had one, and then I was going there in the process of them like shutting down, and for a while there it was a strip club that was BYOB. Okay.
Bring your own beer, not bring your own bitch.
Bring BYOB
Bring
at
your
a
own beer.
fucking like strip club
Yeah, they lost their
establishment,
liquor license.
which was the weirdest fucking thing. I'm sitting there, I'm the only one that's old enough. I have like it's still 18 plus to get in with the strip club. I'm 21 and I have like 3 bottles in each hand, like doing like the finger hold, like holding everybody's vodka as I walk in here, setting it down, just like do your own thing. I'm not associated with y'all. Like I'll drink with strippers. And like I'm like handing strippers the bottle and they're pouring it out for us like on the thing. It's fucking like 2 degrees in there because it's the middle of winter and they didn't fucking have heat in the strip club because they were like, we're broke. And this bitch is like, she's like twerking and she's like, we need to do a couple more shots because we're over here freezing. Like, I haven't had a drink yet. I'm cold. I'm wearing like this slutty outfit. She's like, yeah, we got our heat turned off because we're broke. And I'm like,
What the actual fuck?
And I'm just like,
Ooh, West
and then a
Virginia.
few weeks later, it's like closed down and it doesn't exist anymore.
Yeah, now they call it the red something.
It's the red house soundstage, but it doesn't do anything. It's sitting there closed, and nobody does anything. I was like, how hard is it to get a liquor license?
It can be difficult.
You can do it as a juice bar.
Yeah, but like still, even if there's no alcohol, I still want to go see strippers, right? Like,
Yeah, no, you have
Right.
strippers, but you're not doing anything with it. You're just having it. You're serving juice, soda, water, energy drinks.
yeah.
You're not serving any alcohol.
That's what I'm saying. I've never seen like an outside establishment be like BYOB.
Yeah, actually, there's one. It's called Stilettos here in the New York, New Jersey area.
Yeah.
And it's
So-
phenomenal.
So hold on. So there's if you guys ever come through the Shenandoah Valley, there's a place called Grandma's House. It serves pancakes in the mornings,
Okay.
just pancakes in the mornings, but at night, the girls come out twerking.
Oh,
They can
so
do
they
their
serve
thing.
more than pancakes.
Yes.
That's funny.
So can I get girls and pancakes? Did I go?
Could you imagine, like, even around here, if they had, like, at a couple of the bars that they have here, like, a night where there's a bunch of girls just taking their clothes off. Like, it's not illegal for me to take my clothes off in public if I want
Right.
to.
Just as long as nobody's complaining, right? As long as nobody complains,
Yeah.
you know.
That's what I thought. That's why we had the thought of like a burlesque show and stuff like that, because there's no boobies hanging out around here. There's no place for men to go see anything except online. Like, there's not any.
Well, so there's a bunch of country clubs that are out there, and the guys, oh yeah, we're going golfing and everything, but there's
there is a
sections of that country club. When that
Well,
country
see-
club freaking shuts down
Mhm.
magically at 7 p.m.
Yeah.
That's those like
Yeah,
private
there's-
parties that people want to book you for.
Yeah.
That's what that stuff is. Like, you go to the country club, there's a whole bunch of old drunk men that are just going to be like, get naked, woohoo!
Back in my day, they didn't make it to this
Exactly though, but like,
world.
okay, if you're coming from the country club, you still got a couple hundreds in your wallet. Like,
Oh no, they got thousands.
I feel like they're
Rocking
rocking
thousands.
thousands. Though, honestly, like, you'd be more likely to get money off of him in the casino than you would these men.
you know, like, could you imagine like topless casino? I mean, I'm sure they have that shit. in Vegas.
That would get you in so much trouble. You'd be staring at titties and just hit the wrong button and accidentally got 100.
Yeah, crap.
Well, no, fuck alcohol. You need more topless buffets. That's the shit, right? Look,
I like that
Topless
idea.
buffets. I mean, if you can go in,
There's
you
that way
get your
you can
buffet
grab
or
legs and like.
Wait,
wings and tits. That's what I
what we
want.
could do out in Nevada, or in New York, we could do a topless dispensary.
A topless dispensary?
Yeah.
Or
Instead
a
of seeing
topless
two tits, you
hookah
out there
bar.
seeing four.
So you get
Like,
titties and
buds and boobies.
yep.
Buds and boobies.
Sounds like a waste of
Hookah
weed,
bar.
man. Sounds like a waste of weed to me, man. If you're gonna be smoking, you need to be in your house chilling. You know what I mean? I don't want to be out freaking trying to get excited and freaking try to be
Like,
high
yeah,
at the
whole
same
time,
time.
like, weed does make men horny. So, like, could you imagine, like, all the boners and shit?
I'll plead the fifth, Your Honors.
I mean, I guess it's the same as alcohol, because alcohol makes men horny too. So it would be the same as you getting a stiffy in a strip club.
Auctioning off a Canon 7D with an 18 to 55 millimeter lens and an 8 gigabyte card full of autumnsouth nudes. Jesus.
What's going on, Calamity Collectibles? Shut up.
Calamity.
Calamity, would you
Calamity,
like to sell
what's
a
up?
camera for me full of nudes of my wife? I'm pretty
That
sure.
rank artist talking about if you want to go to good strip clubs, go to Portland. I've never heard of.
See, and that's why they said that Portland did so well with Exotica, because their titty bars are so freaking awesome.
No, that's why they said they did so bad.
And that's what I mean. Did so bad is because it's
Alright,
already like crazy
Portland
there.
was such a good Exotica. Why did they do a second?
No.
Yeah, no,
They
they-
said it was. I'm sorry, I mixed it up. They said it was such a bad one because Like, you go to just a normal bar and like women have their tits out. Like,
Yeah, that's why in Portland it sucked, because you already have all of that shit is fully accessible to the gentlemen that are in that area. Therefore, they're not going to go to an Exotica to see a bunch of hot women because they see it on the regular, because the strip clubs are fantastic. You take it somewhere where they don't get to see boobies very often, there's going to be a lot of people that want to frequent that.
AKA, if they would come here to our event center,
that's why
they
DC
would make so much freaking money, it wouldn't even be funny.
That's why DC did so
It would
good.
be sold
DC
out
is not
instantly.
that far away that people from here cannot go to DC to see some titties.
I know, but you got to think of like our
Porn
area. Like we have the West Virginia University people that would come over here. Like we have like the other small little colleges, like the Pittsburghs and the stuff like that would come to Cumberland
Before they drove all the way.
before they
to
would
DC.
drive all the way to DC.
True. That is
Because
true.
we're a midway point. Like you get Pitt State, you get West Virginia University college students, you get like all of these horny fuckers coming to our event center here.
Well, here's what you do. You make sure that whatever you do, it's along the 81.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you do that, that makes sure that you get all the truck drivers that need a pit stop place.
Yeah.
Because around where I'm at, there's like McDonald's and freaking the Walmarts, and the truck drivers, they stop there because they need a place to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
No, fuck that. You get a big enough area for your strip club that you can freaking stop, get some sleep, stop in, see a couple of titties, and get some wings or a buffet, whatever they freaking need, and freaking get back on the road. Yeah, I mean,
I like it.
let's see.
100%. But I think that Exotica should do a smaller show here. I think that they would make a lot of money, and it would just be great.
Well, they're just doing it coast to coast. I mean, besides Chicago, like even after Chicago, they just like went downward. Like
How
toward.
hard would it be to put together our own adult expo?
I don't know.
Just
I
gotta
feel like
find.
people would
Do
eat
you
that up.
guys have? You guys already? If you guys know of an event space that won't break the bank, that's half
We
the battle
have
right
one.
there.
The Shenandoah Museum of Art.
Yeah, we have one that's 5 miles outside of the city that is just as large as the New Jersey Convention Center, if not larger. And I know that they rent that bitch out for flea markets for like $5,000.
It's not
But I mean, you get enough sponsors, you get
Like the cost wouldn't be what is a big thing for the event center itself. It would be getting the people here to do it.
because honestly, if you start selling like booths for $200 a piece, that shit would fill up quicker than a hotcake.
Here's my next question.
There's your money.
Near the event space, is there decent lodging?
Yes.
All right.
So here in our town, you have Rocky Gap Casino Resort, which is just a huge country club basically with a casino. They have a like 1,000-room hotel. Then you got the Marriott Suites downtown, which is
You have
Fairfield
Marriott, Ramada, you have hotel or Holiday Inn.
You got that new one that they just put out like right next to the.
You got all kinds.
Yeah,
Okay.
there's at least 10 hotels here that would.
All right. Cool.
Yeah, and they're larger hotels.
It's something we can brainstorm throughout the year. Try to figure it out.
Wait. School board director to teach sexual anatomy for pleasure to children at her sex shop.
What the fuck?
Is one.
Yeah. Jen Mason, who is the school board director, and apparently she's also the founder and owner of Wink Wink, a small boutique sex shop in Belling, Washington. She decided to hold first she just opened a queer youth open mic night. Okay, no problem with that. Open mic event offered to those who are 0 to 18 years old. 5 minutes to share poetry, and that's like, okay, whatever, right?
How the hell is it going to be 0 to 18?
So far, so good.
0. A newborn ain't going to tell you any fucking poetry.
She was just trying to drum up business, man. But then she got in trouble because she said she was offering a 2-day sex education workshop for kids as young as 9, which according to the event's details will include topics such as sexual anatomy for pleasure, kinds of solo and partner sexual activities, and gender and sexual identities.
Okay, honestly,
Okay.
for me, what was the minimum age?
Like
Well,
9.
you got 9 to 12, another for
9.
13 to 17.
See, now here's my thing. If they're at puberty age, and you have parents that are willing to send them to this so they don't have to do the icky talk with them because they don't want to, I think it's not that bad because they're gonna find the shit out on their own online. If you have a vetted person who is capable of teaching children these things in a responsible way. But this 9-year-old to 12-year-old stuff, like, I don't think that you should be telling them about sex. They don't, like, I get it, like 13-year-olds and up, yeah, they kind of need to know about it because I know that my friends were having sex at around 13 and they didn't know what they were doing, and guess what? Some of them got their girlfriends pregnant. So if they would have had a sexual education course of any type, they may not have done that and made those mistakes early in life.
I learned sex wrong. I mean, I wasn't supposed to walk up and down Times Square going to every peep show I could find.
Yeah.
Back in the early 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Or Giuliani ran that shit out.
Yeah, fuck Giuliani.
I mean, that's basically the same thing you did, just sneaking into sex shops looking at porn.
Yeah, I snuck into sex shops looking at porn in fucking Atlantic City, so, like, it's the same shit. Like,
Yeah.
I didn't have sex education. I learned... Evan Stone taught me sex education. Like, Katie Morgan taught me sex education.
Ninja Lynn, Tracy Lords.
It's funny. The people that I am currently working with and talking to on a weekly basis on Zoom meetings taught me my sex education when I was a child.
Like, I just, that's what I'm saying. Like, I was reading the comic book strips of the fucking Playboy magazines whenever I was like 12.
Annie Fanny, Cherry Pop Tart.
See, the problem is, like, all these schools with the abstinence bullshit, like, that doesn't work. Kids are going to be kids. They're going to explore when they get to be teenagers. They're going to want to know what these parts do. And I honestly, like, for this lady, like I said, if she's qualified and she's capable of doing it in a responsible way, and parents are okay with it, and they're there, and they're making sure that it's done in a correct manner, I don't see a problem with it. I don't think she should be damned about it, anything like that. But if she's doing some fucking weird shit, like showing kids porn and some other stuff, like, no. But there's a fine line when it comes to this stuff, and people, you're either going to have your haters on it that think that kids shouldn't know anything about it, which I honestly think that that's the wrong way to go because, like I said, there's going to be mistakes that are going to be made if you do it that way. And then you have your boat that's like myself and Autumn, where we want our kids growing up knowing, like, hey, this is what's right, this is what's wrong, like, the stuff that you see in porn is not real life, so don't expect your partner to do all of the stuff that you see that you're looking up, because 90% of it is not even possible for some people. So,
yeah, and or like, this is what happens whenever this happens. Like,
yeah.
I didn't even get like that much. It was kind of just like,
My mom told me that I was going to go to hell if I had sex before I was married. Your mom said, "Wait, make sure
I'm not exclusive. I heard that all the time too.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, but this was whole time. This was with my first serious relationship.
Yeah.
But the thing is though, it was, like, I was already having sex before that, and like it was just the thing. I was just like, don't let the dude come inside of you. Like, don't let that happen because that's bad. Like, I just knew. Like, you just knew that. It's just information that you knew. It wasn't like anything that you were told by your parents. It's kind of just like a fucking thing.
As a homeschooled teenager who didn't get to talk to their peers on a regular basis about sexual things, this guy right here did not know that.
Well, we fucking know that. We fucking know that. Yeah.
Wait, what's up?
trust and believe. We fucking know that you don't
So no,
know how.
I had a very
Oh, look, it's a hole. We must ejaculate into it.
basically
We must leave our cum in this hole.
because I was
What
taught,
in the?
you know, like porn taught me how to have sex.
Let's cream pie everything.
So you fucking watch porn, what happens? Like it's either a load on the face or a load in the fucking vagina. Like that's normally what happens. So, you know, living with parents who were like God Almighty Christians and didn't want to talk about sex with their children and didn't give a shit, and just basically said like, "You do this, you're going to hell," like Satan. Ah. Like, if I would have been taught certain things, like I wouldn't be in the position I'm in now. Just plain and simple. Like, you know, I wouldn't have all the children that I do. I would have been probably way more fucking responsible. Like, they didn't talk to me about drinking. They didn't talk to me about drugs. They didn't talk to me about anything. They didn't say why it was bad. They just said, you're going to hell.
Say no.
No, it was just the Satan aspect of it with everything in my life. That's the devil. That's this, that's that. But the problem is, like, I fucking studied this shit myself. Would you please stop?
Wait, what? Autumn, what are you singing?
She's singing the fucking Dare song, and I hate it.
So-
everybody learn Dare, okay? You should have known by Dare, or
So
I
you
will
know-
respect myself, or
Yeah.
I will not give every
I don't
fucking
know.
woman
I
look
got
at a
my,
green
I got
pie.
suspended for you know for saying what I felt about the police during the DARE program once in school.
Dude,
All I'm saying is,
the whole time the Dare officer was trying to teach us about Dare, I was trying to fuck the Dare officer.
there you go. So,
Okay.
anyways, to parents, if you're watching this, teach your kids about drugs, teach your kids about alcohol, teach your kids about smoking, teach your kids about sex, and don't leave it up to other fucking people to do it.
Yeah, because if you leave it up to other people, you're gonna wind up producing kids like us,
Yeah.
What's wrong with
which is
You're
awesome.
gonna have
sauce.
if you do what my parents did, you're gonna have one fucked up child. I'm just saying. Like, because I had to research everything on my own and come into my
There's a
own.
lot of bad information out there.
Yeah, there is a whole lot of bad information out there, especially now. Back when the
Especially now,
internet was new, there was actually more useful information back when it was new than there is now. Now you look up something, it takes you to WebMD, and it's like, you just shot something out of your wiener, you have cancer.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, but like the thing is, like,
can I say something that makes the 1980s look bad?
yeah, go for it.
Some of their anti-drug commercials actually made me want to do drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
Like the anti-crack commercial for Pee Wee Herman. I was like, didn't you just get arrested for jacking off in a movie theater? And I was like, hey, this actually makes crack look fun. What the fuck, man? Mixed messages all around.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
so there was this study that they did on in Ghana, right? And they made sure that they wanted to do a sex study on sex education, right? They wanted to pare that down because there was this whole big fight of what's better, abstinence training or hey freaking don't do reckless sex type of training, or just go all in, nothing but facts, or do people get more education from their freaking peers, right?
Yeah.
And they found that abstinence, that had absolutely no bearing. That the abstinence training had absolutely no freaking bearing, right?
Because that was abstinence was, I think they showed us a couple VHS tapes of like, it was, no, don't touch me there. This is my no square, like that bullshit. Like,
Yeah.
it was like two little fucking teddy bears dancing around, like, don't touch me there, my no square.
Touch me there, that's my no square?
Yeah, and then the fucking.
I must have missed those videos.
One, like, if you're my age, there was this creepy video that they used to play at school every year. It was like this kid that was a skateboarder, and he was like recklessly like doing heroin and not telling his parents, and then
but then that's jacked up because
and then he's like laying on his bed, there's vomit coming out of his mouth. Like, still remember that image in my brain as like, and it was a song, it was like this really ragey song. It was like, I did this to me, and like he's like screaming and like there was this like image of him like dead with vomit coming out of his parents are crying. I'm like tormented as a young child, and they're like, yeah, just don't do that. That's bad. And I'm like, oh fuck.
Imagine
Shout
if-
out to the Canadian destroyer Jimmy Linguini.
See, but that's all right. So let me try to get back into the study. So they found that the abstinence thing that they try to teach these guys, hey, don't do that sex, don't do that. Well, by the time they got to they got these young men to the point of, hey, don't have sex, until whatever. It was already too late because they had already had a whole bunch of sex stuff already freaking pushed on. Then they said, okay, well, what about all these pamphlets and everything and these sex education things? And it's like, no, because first of all, you gave it to us in the wrong language, or it was just some fucking old dude that we didn't give a fuck about, right? They said, well, where did you get most of your education? These it was I think they called them easy, touchy, speak freaking movies, right? Which is you could go down like every week and it was a different one, and guys and gals were just fucking. It was like porno, like softcore porn. They was like, oh, and they say, well, that's where we learn about sex. Well, they said, well, where else? Well, then they say, well, then we would take that information, and then when we would just hang around with the other boys, then we would talk about what we saw in the fucking movies, compare notes and everything, and that's how we learned. None of the education shit. It was just straight up talking with that boys. Well, what about your parents and everything? Did you ever talk to your freaking parents? They said no. But who we did learn from? We learned from the older ladies who would have sex with us, and those were our freaking So in Ghana, it was a weird
one old ass infomercial they had at like
Yeah.
12 p.m. with that the fucking oh my god, what was her name? That she would teach you how to like
that
suck
sex
dick,
lady.
like the sex lady.
no.
And it
So
would have, like, gone, like,
no. So it was weird. So apparently in Ghana they
She
had
came
some
on
weird.
after Howard Stern on the E Entertainment Network.
yeah, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure she did.
They had some, and so in Ghana they had some weird situation where, like, after World War II, a lot of the soldiers were coming home with like all types of VD and STDs and shit, right? And then they would take it, and then they would have their STDs, and they would pass it on to the women, right? The women survived. The old guys just died off, right? Some of the older women survived, and the old women that were survived, they were like widowers or whatever. Well, they were still having sex with some of the younger men, and the younger men were fucking catching it from the older women. But the older women were teaching these guys how to know how to properly handle themselves, right? So it's a whole weird thing. So once again, as such, education doesn't always work. It all depends on the context. And the reason why I say that is because you were talking about that commercial. Well, if I see somebody that's like me, right, and that's who you're trying to portray on the freaking TV, and he does fucking drugs, and yes, he's fucking die, and I'm already in a bad spot. You think I give a fuck whether my parents fucking are crying? No, but if you show me fucking passed out, and then you show one of my boys come up and he pisses on me, then I'm not gonna do that shit, right? I'm like, oh, hold on, I'm not fucking drinking because nobody wants to be the dude that gets peed on or gets a fucking penis fucking thing drawn on his fucking face. You don't want that shit,
Anyone that wants to watch an hysterical anti-drug thing, it's called Cartoon All Stars. It has all the cartoon characters from about 1988, 1989, trying to convince this kid to not do drugs throughout the whole thing. It's freaking awesome.
Insane. Yeah, it's just I don't specifically really remember anything about like drug education as far as besides Dare. Like that was just like don't do drugs because
I was told
My drug education was I didn't want to do drugs after I watched SLC Punk.
okay. That makes sense.
Nancy Reagan told me to just say no.
Yeah, it's just like your friend might be doing it, but it's not cool. But are you sure that it's not cool? Because I smoked weed and that was pretty cool. Like, I'm drinking on the weekends and that's still pretty cool. Like I was doing that when I was 13, 14 years old, drinking Mike's Hard Lemonade, like thinking I was.
I did one Molly and had some pink Hard Lemonade. Nothing happened to me that was all that bad.
Like I can't recall the first time I drank, but I can definitely recall the first time that I saw a penis for the first time. Scared the shit out of me. Like Like, and that thing too is like, I never learned about it. Like, this motherfucker. Okay, this was whenever you had like MSN Messenger, and you were like talking to your friends on the weekends. As soon as you got home from school, like you're like sitting down, like, yeah, you want to come over, hang out? I'm at a friend's house. This boy comes over that I had a crush on. Fucking go in the back room, her back bathroom in her house, and he has his fucking dick whipped out with a red condom on it. Bitch, think I ever saw a red condom before? I'm scared shitless. I'm like, what the fuck is this red rocket motherfucking thing? I said, get it away, sir. Bye. And I walked out of the room because I was not, and I was like, I can't do this. I walked out. I said, Ali, I cannot do this. You're gonna have to uninvite him. You're gonna have to tell him he has to leave. Because
So he didn't even go for the soft petting thing first.
Or it was gonna go like, and I was like, it's red, and I don't know, and I'm scared, and no, and that was that.
So he didn't even like go for the soft petting thing first, right? It was just
straight up like
straight up for it, like
it was just straight up.
Why did he show up with a condom on?
No, it was like he came over, and then like he was in the bathroom, and like it was like he was in there waiting for me to
he came out.
I was like, like
Abracadabra!
It's like hard with a fucking condom on it, and I was like, I didn't even know they made those in color. Like I wasn't really sure what was going on or what a condom really even was, and then there was a red condom on this man's dick, like on this boy's dick that I'd never even actually seen a dick before, and now it's like red and shiny, and I'm so confused. I'm like, nope, I don't want any parts of this. Excuse me, you're gonna have to leave. I was shook. I was really shook.
Autumn, I know how you feel. 1998, right? This is when like body piercings were like really first going to be a thing, right? And Johnny Rockets, there used to be like this whole freaking boom of these gorgeous freaking waitresses working at Johnny Rockets, right? So I'm talking to some of them, but there's one curly redhead. I guess she was on me, right? She wanted to invite me back to her apartment. So I was like, yeah. You know, we can hang out, play some video games and everything. She was like, yeah. And by the way, I want to show you my nipple ring. And I was like, well, I'm gonna have to come back. She's like, I gotta show it to you right now. I was like, okay, that's weird. She was like, come around the corner with me. And this is once again, we're in a fucking restaurant. We're in the fucking restaurant. First of all, she's like, come around the corner, right? It's like, okay, well, she works. I was like, all right. So I'm walking around the corner, and as I'm caught in kind of corner, she whips out this fucking huge ass fucking titty. And it's red because I guess she had just gotten it, so it's swollen and red and shit. And I'm like, ho, but I'm not trying to be too rude because I'm still trying to get in the draws. And I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I supposed to be looking at? I'm like looking at her face, later. Oh wait, I'm like, you know how when you see something accidentally and you try to look away and you're like, wait a minute, I'm supposed to be looking at this. Okay, calm down. And then with all this swollen, almost pussy looking freaking titty, I was like, oh, this little freaking itty bitty freaking nipple ring. Okay, got it. Nice. Okay, cool. Nipple ring was not my thing. Like, yo, I was like, oh man.
Yabba dabba do titty magic.
And I was like, okay, you know, that was a trend that will eventually go away. Nope. No, it's that now.
Nope.
Motherfuckers was trying to get Prince Alberts and shit, man. I was like, oh goddamn.
Exactly.
I was off the fucking chain with that shit. Hey, let me get this vital organ that's a part of my manhood and freaking just put some holes in that fucking thing.
No, thank you.
Well, I put holes in everything. If I had a penis, I would definitely pierce it.
No thanks.
But I still don't want to pierce my clit. I don't know. Pierce the hood though.
See, you say you would pierce your penis if you have one, but you won't pierce your clit.
I would think you would deaden the sensitivity or something like that. I mean, now there are some women out there that have absolutely humongous fucking hoods out there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like small penises.
Yeah, they should absolutely get that shit. So no freaking like while it's while it's not engorged or anything, you hardly fucking see it because it's hitting mung. But then as soon as she's ready to go, boop, hey, here's a little pearly surprise for you, motherfucker.
Question.
And then fucking
What happens to all of these men who don't know about different size clitorises? And they
surprise.
first meet a woman, and their first time is just someone who has like a 2-incher.
Yeah, or like super like long lips that are like
Yeah,
just
like-
hanging.
Like the beef flaps.
Mhm.
Like, what are these guys gonna do? They're gonna freak the fuck out and like, oh,
Yeah, it'd be the same way that I saw that red dick. I'll be, oh, fuck,
Hey.
thank you very much. Have a nice day. I mean,
Yeah, so back in
Whatever.
California, I dated this one lady. She was older. She was in there like 30. I was like 20. She was like 38, but she was always lifting. And then it came time to do the deal, and it was like the thing just came out of nowhere at me, man, and it looked like a small little penis,
yeah,
and I'm
like
like,
some of them
oh
do.
shit.
Like they would be sticking out, like just come out. I'm like, oh goodness, okay.
Yeah, because back in the
Was
day,
Twatzilla.
yeah, I was all back in the day. It was all about freaking snacking. Now it's like, hold up. And I was like, hold up. If I go snack on this, am I gay, man? Because I could put
Yeah.
this whole thing.
Like-
I could gag on this thing, man. Does this make me gay now? Like I don't know what's going.
Is this
She-
like kind of like a
like,
small,
look,
like
like-
a micro dick?
Yeah, because if because now I'm thinking about all the time she would like sneak up behind me and fucking stop humping on me, and I'm like, hold up, she was humping on me with this small little penis. I was like, oh, what the fuck is?
They
She
look
was
going
humping
on?
on me for a small
like,
little
and
dick.
when they're larger, like
Okay, go on, Mr. Chillin.
Exactly, I know. Like some people's
Like-
like they're just longer than
I just
others.
want to give a shout out to everyone hanging out in the chat. I thank you all for spending your Wednesday night with us. Love you guys. Once
Exactly.
again, there's a card. If you want to leave a donation, you can do that. So we can get to the bunny ranch, do something live in a living color, maybe. Help the podcast out a little bit. And like I said, I love you guys in the chat. Thank you for being a part of the show.
Yes, love you, Jason.
Yes, thanks,
Ben,
everybody.
Ultra.
Jason, Ted, Calamity, if you're still there.
Yes, and you guys, I am gonna have to
Jamie,
wrap it up
if
soon
you're out
because it is
there.
late. It is late, and I have other things.
she has to go twerk her rear on the other job.
Just gotta go to grandma's house. Awesome.
Yeah, gotta go to grandma's.
Oh,
Gotta
you
get
gotta
those
make it
pancakes.
happen.
I want to go to Granny's house.
Gotta get my pancakes on.
Dog, I drive by that place every time on my. If the sun is up, the next time I roll by, I'm gonna take a picture. I'm
Kitty
gonna send it to you. I'm
You
like,
need to share it with us next time.
I know what lap dances and pancakes. It's all chill and stall.
no, they don't do pancakes and titties at the same time. It's
They
hey,
should.
pancakes
They
in the
really
morning.
should.
Yeah.
That would be a hit.
That's not right.
They should serve the flappers on the flappers.
Yeah.
That is a
Yeah.
thing where sushi on a naked body, which is something I definitely
Yeah,
want
it's
to
gonna be
freaking.
I would
pancakes
totally do
and
that.
maple syrup.
Could you imagine though? Like that girl has to lay there that whole time while those people eat.
She's all just thinking about the money she's gonna get at the end of the day, though.
Yeah, like it better be a
That does it.
substantial amount of money. Just be like laying there naked while people eat the sushi.
You act
Right.
like you wouldn't do it.
I mean, I totally would because it would be fun, but
Pancakes and titties.
But there's got to be rules, like like don't stare in her eyes and shit. Like
yeah,
while you're-
like are you gonna
yeah,
look at
like,
her?
like you're shooting.
Sashimi, like stuck in your sashimi.
Like, don't talk. Are you gonna make small talk with me? Or are we gonna talk about the weather? Like, are you gonna try to like use my thigh or my belly button as like a place to put soy sauce? Like, the fuck? What are we doing here? Like you're just dipping their fucking like shit in my.
Well, I mean,
belly
but I mean
button?
that used to be my favorite thing when I go to the bar. Freaking get a girl to freaking let me take a shot out of her fucking belly button and shit.
Yeah,
now
body
that I'm a fucking
shots.
but now that I'm a hypochondriac and I don't know how much fucking germs in it because some of these bitches are fucking nasty, don't clean out all their fucking shit. I can't do that shit no more, man. God damn it.
Yeah, you could fit like a whole shot in your belly button. I just. But then
Oh,
I
yeah.
get like a hair, like we get like a hair stuck in. your
Yeah,
face.
yeah, that shit.
Like,
You fucking, you get up, you're like, that whiskey was kind of meaty. What the fuck? Oh man,
Exactly.
yeah, man, like I know these college girls trying to have fun, but please squash that ass before you go, man. God damn.
I mean, The nasty
know.
shit that we used to do compared to like what's considered
A
appropriate.
dirty ass is not awesome sauce. That's the fact.
Yeah.
Yeah, like for real. All right, you guys. Well, I have to wrap it up. I will catch you guys next week, and I hope everybody has a good week until I see you guys next.
God
Obviously.
bless y'all. It was nice to see y'all again, freaking manager.
Of course.
Talk about some awesome shit.
JR, Autumn, love you guys. Talk to you during the week. And we have some things in the works that we'll be planning out and making it into reality. I love you guys. Have a blessed rest of the week.
You
All
too.
right,
Love
thank
you. See you guys later.
All right, you ready to take a little breaky poo?
Let's take a commercial break, man.
Man, y'all got so much stuff shoved in here. Let's see. Got some Kevin Smith. Got some. What happened to the popcorn joint? Oh, well, here we go.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
All right,
I'm
all
so glad
right.
the animation sells of that.
I'm pretty sure there's somewhere out there, man, because I think the in my local drive-in they also play that same one, so it's got to be out there somewhere.
Yeah.
Brand. All right, let's go ahead and let's start with some FO to the fucking C. I talked about this on Drunken Chat. Biden's Titans versus Elon Musk. Number one. It's still on FOC. It's going to be on FOC through August, so this will be not the last time you hear me talk about this being on FOC.
All right. Is there any incentives for this?
There is a top secret cover that's out there, which is a 1 of 10. I don't know who drew the cover or what's on it, but hopefully, what I'm hoping for is that it's a version cover of this one I'm getting ready to talk about. It is the cover B, the Remilak Amber Turd cover. This is the one of a lady who looks like Mera from Aquaman sitting on a bed. I'm a little bit nervous about this, that this might not come out if Amber Heard and her team ever finds out about this. Especially because they called it Amber. If they had just said, "Hey, the turd variant," then they can't say that. Hey,
but they specifically call it Amber.
Yeah, they called it Amber.
I never want to say, "Hey, send me a PayPal request or something." Oh, we're doing FSC right now, but I have to have these.
Yeah, so I've already ordered at least one set. And once again, we got till August, but yeah, if anybody wants these,
I'll send you my order tomorrow. What's the cover price on that?
$5.99. Yeah. Hey, so Jason Rushman has a question. He says, Adam, have you seen the season finale of Stranger Things season 4? Adam.
Hell yeah, I did, and it was amazing. I really liked it. It made me cry at the end.
But well, here's the question. Here's the real question. Did it inspire you to even think about reading the Stranger Things comic that was based on the whole thing?
Yes, it did.
Because there is more to it, and there is more of an add-on to the Russian side in the Stranger Things comic. So,
all right, nice.
So moving on. Once again, some of these slides I will adjust as we get closer to Friday show. Cyberpunk number 4. There is an amazing joint by Ricci. Mind Management bootleg number 2. The Savage for number 1 actually sold out, but it's not hot, but it did sell out because not a lot of people bought it.
All right, maybe it'll still be on the shop at the local LSES.
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about mind management. It wasn't that good of a cover, but what I do think has potential is Survival Street #1. It's like a apocalyptic Sesame Street.
Okay.
Survival Street is an unrepentant action satire through a dystopian packed with economic and humanistic cautionary tales, and it goes blah 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 blah. It's Muppets in a dystopia, and it looks
Nice.
the cover. What is this? The cover C, cover B. Yeah, the cover B by Dewey looks amazing. Looks really good. And once again, that's my dark horse. Going to IDW. uh, Dark Spaces Wildfire. That's one about the firefighters who were fighting a fire in a house, and they find that there's money inside. That
All right.
one's that one's issue #2. GI Joe, a real American hero. This one is the final issue.
So did they make it to 300 or not?
They did not. I mean, this one is 297. This list says it's the final GI Joe, a real American story arc. So maybe it's not the final issue, but it just say it's the
All
story.
right, so maybe it's the
story.
start of the final arc.
Right. It says using a brand new casino on a blah blah blah. But it does say that the game for the fate of the world is rounding towards a calamitous conclusion, and it's time for a single player to go all in. New and classic heroes and villains will fill the pages. So there's supposed to be new characters that start inside this one.
Knowing that IDW is no longer going to have G.I. Joe after a certain point now, is this even worth it?
Yeah, why not? Why not? I don't know. Like, I don't know anybody that's like a true blue. Hey, I'm still all about the GI Joe thing on here, so we would have to find out from those. But yeah, I'm looking at the cover A and maybe the cover C 1 to 10, and it looks like they've got some new characters on there. And then Star Trek: The Mirror War #8. Here's
This
a
is still
Rito
going
7110.
on.
Yes, there is. And there's a Riker who's on the opposite side of the mirror, and it's definitely a new Riker. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #132. There's a 1 to 10, and there's an Eastman cover that has not been revealed yet.
Yay.
True Cult #1 by IDW. Looks like Tarantella has been flipping burgers for 50 years. He's got no kids, but what he does have is a plan to change everything. I guess the plan is to do a robbery. So that's a big plan. So it's a burger guy who wants to do a bank heist. Going into Image, The Closet issue #3. Then there's Radiant. There's a new joint by Image, so it's sort of in the vein of like Rogue Sun and
Okay.
Radiant Black. Looks like the same artist. There's a new one called Dead Lucky #1. There's a 1 to 10, and 1 to 25, and a 1 to 50 by Muerto. Philadelphia #24. There's one joint on here. It's a 1 to 10, black and white, and it's got werewolves changing into different phases, and it looks amazing. Absolutely.
Nice.
It reminds me of the old Burn Your Rights and stuff.
Oh, wow. All right.
Little Monsters. That's one about the vampires and the apocalypse. The little kid vampires.
Yeah, that's actually a good series.
Manifest. In fact, I mean, I don't know if the trade paperback has come out, but I think once the trade paperback, if people are smart and people are reading, that might be one that's waiting in the wings to pop off. Manifest Destiny has, I forget what this is about, but it does have a great cover. Robots are death. Metal Society, that's one about the street fight club with robots.
Yep.
And I think this one, the reason why I brought that one up is because there's a cover by Lula Lotte.
Nice.
Sweet Paprika. There's an amazing one by Mirka Andolfo. Spawn, #332 is coming out. Twig has some amazing covers by Momoko. to include a 1 in 50 by Scotty Young, and there's a 1 in 100 Scotty Young black and white that's coming out.
Okay.
Radiant Red number 5, 1 in 25. Rogue Sun, 1 in 25 by Monty. Spawn, Scorched number 8, cover A and cover B by Keen. Moving on to Marvel. Amazing Spider-Man number 4, there's a second print by Romita Jr. Iron Cat number 1, there's a second print. That's going to be the first appearance of what's her name's ex-girlfriend inside the suit.
Okie doke. And it was a decent read, and I'm not surprised it went the second print.
Yeah, I mean we'll see. We'll see what's going on with it, man.
Yep.
Amazing Spider-Man number 7. There's a 1 to 10 by Gleason, which is like a design variant. There's a 1 to 25, and there's a Predator variant.
All right.
The Avengers number 59. There's once again another one where it's a cover with a whole bunch of different Spider-Man on there, and there's a Bagley Beyond Amazing Spider-Man variant. The Axe Judgment Day. There's a 1 in 100, 1 in 50, and a 1 to 25 by Momoko. But that 1 in 100 looks amazing. It's just that it's 1 in 100 though. Like, god damn. Captain America Sentinel of Liberty number 3 is coming out. I've got my eye on the Simon Bianchi, which is an open order.
Ooh, that's an open order.
Mm-hmm. And it looks amazing.
Simon Bianchi. That's for Mel.
Captain Carter number whatever. It looks interesting. There's a dude who looks like he has powers that I wasn't familiar with before, so that might be a new thing for him. Fortnite X Marvel Zero War number 3. Bunch of different covers, but there's a 150 by Derek Chu, a 125 by Cho, and there's a Momoko as well. Ghost Rider Vengeance Forever number 1. Just 2 covers that look amazing. I don't even know how to describe, but they just look amazing. I gotta have me like 10 copies of each. Giant size Gwen Stacy. Just was getting some amazing covers. One is looks like it was crayon drawn, but it still looks amazing. That's another gotta have. Jane Foster, The Mighty Thor. One is by Ryan Stegman. And then there's one by Momoko, and the Momoko one doesn't look that bad at all. It actually looks pretty good.
Also, just if anyone is into variants, there's also an eBay variant for Jane Foster number 1.
Okay. Dirty Bastards.
Yeah.
New Mutants number 28 by Lionel Francis Yu. It's got magic and freaking chains.
That looks. Is that open order?
Yes.
Okay, that's another book I'm gonna have you put me down for.
Punisher number 5. Looks like they killed his wife again. Who knows?
She only lasted 5 issues. Son of a bitch.
Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 26. There's a Lamine variant. In Star Wars Han Solo Chewbacca number 4. There's a 1 to 25 by Lopez. Star Wars Mandalorian number 2. I believe the number 1 should be coming out just next week, I believe. But there is a 1 to 50 by Chung. And from what I've seen so far, the Mandalorian is going to be popping off. Like those covers have already been selling out already.
Yeah, that's. I think if anyone can still find a cover with Goku from Darth Vader number 20, they may have another Spike. Grab them.
Venom Lethal Protector by John Boy Myers. X-Men Legends number 1. There's a 1 in 25 by Henrichon. Looks amazing. It's got Wolverine and Hulk fighting on the cover. Sacrament number 1. It's got an upside down dude on the cross. by Deodato. And once again, I've told people this over and over and over again. Do not sleep on these AWA covers. You didn't fucking believe me, and then Hotel popped off y'all on y'all.
That it did.
Now you're scrap. Now people are fucking scrambling. Well, guess what? It's not. They've got many titles that are really good and should be scripts. That's the whole reason why they built AWA. Because it's not AWA Comics, it's AWA Studios, right?
Yep.
The CEO was a director, right? So no, he was in the movie business. So that's what they're trying to do. That's what they're trying to move to, right? So between this and Primos and I forget the name of that fucking car joint, man. There's a whole bunch of stuff that's out there.
They actually have some really good stuff that I think that's going to do really well when it hits the screen.
And you know what's crazy, man? You know, at Baltimore Con, they were giving away comics. They were giving away comics to include that fucking hotel comic, and nobody was grabbing that shit. I mean,
Well, they're all sorry now, man.
Basilisk number 10. There's the 125 by Ryan Sook. Kind of looks like a Momoko though. Magic the Gathering. There's a Miguel Mercado, which looks absolutely fucking gorgeous. The detail in it is amazing. Just incredible work. I don't even like Magic the Gathering, but I will probably be getting this one. Then there's a Mighty Morphin number 22. The reason why I want people to pay attention to that one is, look, freaking, we are marching toward the new Ranger called the Death Ranger. So all these little ones up to that point, you might want to freaking think about grabbing, especially if you can get them cheap.
All right, is this the one where they all have the orgy over in the tower with the
I,
robot?
it is not where they have the orgy. There are no orgies in Power Rangers. I don't know what side of Pornhub you're on, but that is not apply here. So.
I'm just surprised that Power Rangers is still going strong at this point. Sometimes.
Hey, even if the American side doesn't go well, Power Rangers will move on in some way or another. L's number 1, which is a new book. I forgot to put the solicit for it, but it looks interesting. There is a 1 in 20 Virgin by Duarte. Space Lady number 2. 007 number 1. And there's a 1 to 30. Yeah, there's a 1 to 30 by Aspinall. Draculina's got some really good covers, to include one by Rasha Lin out of South Korea. Red Sonja, or excuse me, Red Sonja. This is confusing. It says Red Sonja, but the big type letter says Red Sitha. So I guess this may be a new character called Red Sitha. Yeah, Red Sonja, Red Sitha, cover a Yoon. Then Sheena, Queen of the Jungle, number 8. The one I got my eye on is the rose beige one with the black cover or the
Nice.
black background. Then there's Phantasmagoria, number 1.
All right.
Don't know what this one is about yet, but there's a 1 of 10 by Ruben.
All right.
And there's a Star Wars magazine coming out with Black Crimson on the cover.
Is that the Dark Star Wars Insider?
Yeah, something like that. Grimm Fairy Tales number 63. It's got some really great covers. There's a retailer publishing group thing, number 1 by Ivan Tao, which looks good. But then some people might also like the Grimm Fairy Tales number 63, cover D by Garvey, which has got these 2 girls on there in the little scroll girl outfits.
Yes, please.
Myths and Legends Quarterly by Fajardo. It's got a dragon climbing out of a cave. Last week's releases. This is where we're going to talk about some of the ones that were hot that I can confirm are not going to be orderable as easy peasy from the distributor.
From the systems.
Yeah, Batman 125, that fail-safe one. Yeah, that one sold out at freaking DC. And Midtown, they're trying to sell theirs out of the pocket for like $15.
And that's just their cover A's, I'm assuming?
No, it's not a cover A. I forget what the... Oh, wait, it's the cover H.
All right.
The cover H, Jorge Jimenez failsafe protocol card.
Okay.
Then there's Avengers Forever, number 7. First appearance of a whole bunch of Steves to include Weapon America. Okay. Black Panther number 7. It was the emergence of Tosin to protect Wakanda.
I had a
Um,
feeling this book was going to be in this list.
yeah, it's weird, man. I mean, it's not like it's his first appearance or anything. Just he doesn't have a new costume or anything, but you know, maybe because he had more of a speaking role, maybe. But
Maybe. Do you see Towson eventually? I know he popped off in the beginning with the 3, but do you see Marvel banking on him with anything at this point?
it's tough to see, right? Because I think what was interesting that they showed here is that it's not like his vibranium. It's not inside of his body. Um, in fact, in order to revive him and everything, they had to dip him into a pool like every single time. Like he just battled it out. He got shot up a couple times, so they had to dip his body into some vibranium to get him back, which is different from Black Panther, who just inhales it at one time and he's good to go. So,
Yeah, like I
you
said,
know,
I'm still buying at least one copy of each just to bank, just in case. But I don't know. The Black Panther series as a whole over the years has left a very bad taste in my mouth.
yeah, it's just terrible writing. So there's the cover A by Ross, and then there's a cover C RB by Silver. The one that people are leaving on the shelves happens to be that Hellfire joint, which is kind of interesting, right? Because like later on, that Hellfire one is going to be the rarer one because I know for a fact a lot of stores would not have ordered that one.
Yep.
Ghost Rider number 4 by Calvin Goo. Looks like tying people up to stuff was kind of a trend this week. Hulk number
On this
7.
for the win.
Hulk number 7, second print by Gary Frank.
Is that the 1 in 25?
Yeah, the one in 25. It did well. The low key one that did very well that sold out at a lot of spots is the Starhenge Dragon and Boar number 1. That's the one about the story about the Merlin who goes back in time to fix
Yep.
stuff. I went to my LCS and I unfortunately freaking just left it on the freaking shelf because I didn't have time to freaking look it all up. All right, so coming out this week above Snakes number 1, there's already like a C-list movie that's out on this one. Then Forever Avengers Forever number 6, that's the second print. That was the first appearance of Mr.
Star Panther?
Yes, sir, Star Panther, and he's right there on the
That
cover.
book.
Multiversity Team Justice number 2. There's Stephanie Hahn's cardstock variant. There's a series called Bjorn number 1 by Red 5 Comics. That one in the system is already starting to sell out. All right. There was a Daredevil number 1 had a lot of freaking covers.
It
The
had a
one
zillion, a billion, trillion covers, man.
right, but the one I did like was the David Nakayama, which is an open order. But people will be hunting for the 1/100 Momoko on the cheap. One thing that they might also be hunting for is the Fortnite X Marvel Zero War 1 in 25. That's got the picture of Doom fighting a robot on the front.
Okay.
Uh, then Green Eggs and Ham as man goat, yeah, man goat and bunny. Um, this is the one it's got two different homages. One homage is the Green Eggs and Ham,
Yep.
and the other one is the homage to the Blink 182 cover. Then Moon Knight has got a Just cover coming out this week. There's another Sheena Rose Beige cover. Space Lady number 1 comes out this week. Star Wars Bounty Hunters number 25, The Choose Your Destiny is coming out. Mandalorian number 1 is coming out. The one that people are going to be hunting for is the Sue variant, which is like a 1 in 25. X-Men Hellfire Gala. This one has got a lot of negative views, right? People didn't like this one. So there's an Adam Hughes where you got She-Hulk and she's got Scarlet Witch in one shoulder and she's got Black Widow hanging off the other one. I like it, but people didn't like it. So look to get this one cheap within the next week or two.
Yeah. People, if you search on eBay, you'll be able to find it at a good price. I've been finding 1 in 25s and the ratios, prices. I'm surprised at lately. So just keep on.
And then of course there's the 1 in 100. And sir, good sir, that is the end of the comics that we had to review.
All
I
right.
turn the show over to you, sir.
I just don't know if Dave left it. I just wanted to highlight one other book real quick. It's the Bevis Butthead 28. This was the final issue of the series. Cover art by Rick Parker. Once again, I apologize that he was not able to make the show tonight. He was having major technical issues. If you watched the beginning of the show, I was also having technical issues, so it just didn't work out, and I apologize for the guest not being able to make it. I also want to thank the Nemesis, David Howard. You can follow him on Twitter at NemesisFC2. Thank you for helping out in the beginning of the show. I want to thank Al Mega and Comic Crusaders for all their help and support. Go to comiccrusaders.com. See anything from the pull box, Chillin' Green Cornbread, or just go to drunkenchatson.com. Lucas will hook you up. He's awesome. I want to thank JR and Autumn. I love you guys, and I love working with you on everything. And if you need the book Autumn or Blind Adam, go to the Manager 35 on Twitter, or just look up Access Media. Remember, you don't need sight to have a vision. It's not what happens to you, it's what you do about it. Always keep 1 foot in the gutter and 1 fist in the gold. Remember, this is America where the streets are paved with gold. You have $1, a dream. You can make it work. You can kick ass and take names. I just want to give my thoughts and my prayers and my condolences to everyone in Highland, Illinois. You're with me. I love you all. Remember, you don't need sight to have a vision. And, keep on pimping. Keep the pimp head strong. Love you all. Blood in them out.
That was a real bomb, you man.